Hi, I'm Chris. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm delighted to welcome you to Fracture. I'll be your Dungeon Master tonight. Fracture is an experiment for us, our first long-running campaign. 5 new adventurers are flung into a strange new world, lost in the plains, and I can't wait to share all of the strange new things they discover with you. This is our first long-running campaign, so if you're looking for recaps of what's already happened, there should be a link in chat now to our YouTube channel, where there will be a full recap playlist. For those who are new to Dungeons & Dragons, everyone here is playing fantasy characters in a fantasy universe. They all have their own unique characters with character sheets that tell them who they are, what they can do. They mostly roll 20-sided dice to see how well they do things, with 20s being good and 1s being hilariously bad. But otherwise, we are improvising, telling stories with each other, and we hope you'll join us for the ride. When they play all their characters, I play the rest of the world, so I'll be playing every single person they encounter, all of the strange things that we've built into this strange new world that Fracture has to offer. Before we get too deeply stuck in, please meet all of our players, and let's have a word from our sponsors as well.
Hi, I'm Emma. I use the pronouns Em or Emma, and I'm playing Astariel. He goes by Astor or Astel and uses any pronoun. Astel is a bit of a chaotic wizard. He's not very good at studying. He doesn't like it. He likes a lion. And we're going to see how well he copes with the events of Fracture.
Hi, my name is Tom. I use he, him pronouns, as does, Wisdom Din. What about me? I'm 5 foot. Some people call me the tiny tiefling because of that. I like studying medicine. My mum's a medic. So I wasn't always a tiefling. There is a family curse on my head and a voice in the sword that I have with me at all times. But I'm going to go to school to learn how to get rid of that, so everything's going to be fine. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Ed. I will be playing Vuk Kronogorak, who is a Loxodon cleric of nature, uses he, him pronouns, is the first of his tribe to come to Stonywing Hall to attempt to become the mightiest cleric that the world has ever seen. He is a mighty arrangement with a mighty mace and a skin of slate, worships Sylvanus and with violet eyes.
Hi, I'm Lola, pronouns they, them, and I am playing Atlas, wise young Vambo of the woods, the Greenwood Grove to be exact.
Hi, I'm Rebecca. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm playing Cleo, who also uses she, her pronouns. Cleo is an Earth Genasi monk. She's rather shy and not particularly good at talking to people, and she's just left home for the first time, equipped with a giant warhammer and the blessing of her adoring family, obviously, to go off and see if she can have a few adventures.
We are delighted to be sponsored by Hero Forge. Hero Forge offers fully customizable tabletop minis with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. You can see all of the minis that we designed for this stream in the overlay, and they animate when we enter the combat, so look out for that. Hero Forge are fantastic, so do check out the Pro membership where you can get premium access to features ahead of time, and beta access to things, and all sorts of cool stuff that just makes your life a lot easier. And you can check them out at heroforge.com.
We are delighted to be sponsored by Ultra Pro. They make accessories for D&D, Magic the Gathering, and more. My favourite part of the collection are their figurines of adorable power. Here is their gazer. They also make other things such as deck boxes if you play Magic the Gathering. You can find all of Ultra Pro stuff at ultrapro.com.
Hey friends, check out our new sponsor, Phoenix Dice, for a carefully curated menagerie of click-clack math rocks for your delectation. Check out their entire selection at phoenixdice.com, and just so you know, Phoenix Dice are all about living gloriously in the worlds of tabletop games and sustainably in this one, which means their dice are working to be recycled, their packaging is recycled, the dice are made of sustainable materials. It's all great stuff. You should definitely get involved. You can also join us today in chat with a chance to be in a raffle and win some Phoenix Dice of your own. Just put !dice into chat and you'll be in with a chance to win.
We are proud to be sponsored by Alchemy RPG. Reimagine your gaming experience with alchemy. They're focused on creating immersive, cinematic experiences everywhere you interact with tabletop role-playing games. Playing a game, creating a world, streaming, watching live games, discovering new content. Look at all the cool stuff that they are doing there. You can use environmental motion art, scene-based music, seamless character management to run your games over the internet, with upcoming features including homebrew content, streaming overlays, and spectator mode. So go and check out alchemyrpg.com.
We're delighted to be supported by Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a Dungeons & Dragons strategy video game that brings together D&D characters from novels, adventures, and multiple live streams into a single grand adventure. Select your heroes and formation and battle through waves of monsters for free on PC, phone, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. You can pop exclamation code into chat for a free Electrum chest.
We're delighted to be supported by Neverwinter. In Neverwinter, explore and defend one of the most beautiful cities from Dungeons & Dragons' Forgotten Realms campaign setting as it rises from the ashes of destruction. Epic stories, action combat, and classic role-playing await those heroes courageous enough to enter the fantastic world of Neverwinter. Neverwinter is completely free to play, so set yourself up an account today and pop !NW gift into chat for a link to a free gift.
Check out our wonderful supporters, Elderwood Academy, who make beautiful bespoke gaming-themed gear, including hex chest dice boxes, spellbook deck boxes disguised as bespoke ancient arcane tomes, and scroll and codex dice tower and rolling tray pairings. Make your own with their online designer at elderwoodacademy.com.
Check out our supporters at D&D Beyond, your guide to digital D&D. Make character sheets online, share them in a campaign, and track all of those tasty little stats in one easy place. You can use the Beyond app to track your characters on the go. You can also use their encounter tracker and archive monsters to run any smooth combat thing. You know what I'm saying? You're a DM, you've done this before. You know D&D Beyond is the place to go. You can also check out our character sheets and exclamation point characters in Twitch chat below.
This stream will run for 3 hours, and there will be roughly a 5 to 10 minute break somewhere towards the middle. We run shows on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays at 6 p.m. Greenwich Meridian / British Summertime, which is 10 a.m. Pacific Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. in mainland Britain, and 2 a.m. Tuesday mornings in Japan and parts of Australia. On Mondays, we run TTRPG streams. These can be one-shots, 4, 6, 8, or even 12 weeks long. You can always find our latest schedule at twitch.tv/rolltogetherrpg/schedule. On Tuesdays, we have our ongoing campaign, Fracture. And on Fridays, we have our talk show, Talk Together, and Talking is a Free Action, which lasts for 1 hour.
We are Roll Together RPG on all socials, so find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and even TikTok. Links in chat.
Thank you to our D20 Club on Patreon. You can find a link in chat. Help us make our shows from just £1, $1, or $1 piece, and unlock more tiers by joining. Our D20 Club are fab. They've created a fan Discord for us. They've also made a wiki page for Roll Together. You can find that at rolltogether.fandom.com.
Welcome to our podcast listeners. If you also would like to listen to us via podcast, you can search Roll Together RPG on your favourite podcast provider. If we're not there, let us know and we will add ourselves to that list.
Finally, we play with a diverse group of players who play a diverse set of characters with wide-ranging sexual and gender identities. Our tables are trans and GNC positive, and we encourage and champion trans and GNC players in our games. The DM and players may portray characters that are of a different gender to their own, and while we aim to avoid misgendering, we do acknowledge that it might happen. We have a company policy in place for correction, but please feel free to let us know if you think one has been missed. We play safe games at safe tables. !safety in chat will show you what we do, the TTRPG safety toolkit, as well as content warnings if you're looking to avoid certain topics. Grand. Right, here we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Fracture. Hope everyone's having a lovely morning, afternoon, evening, weekend, summer. Yeah. Is it summer yet? Is it spring yet?
Not any of the rest of the months, though, just summer.
Yes, summer.
Only if you've waited a few months to watch this.
I swear, if you're watching this in winter.
I suppose everything is available on demand. So, yeah, if you're watching this in winter, hello, you're welcome as well. And autumn or spring as well. Good stuff. Hello, everyone. We're filming this in spring. Hope everyone's having a lovely, lovely time. What episode number are we on?
Dread to think. 13?
14,
Unlucky.
13.
Is it 13? It's 13 because 12 was last time. We thought that Uslan would die and he didn't. So,
thank goodness.
It's episode 13. Good stuff, everybody.
Uslan's going to die this episode.
Yep.
Yes. No promises. So, what happened last time? Well, the party are making their way to Uhlen, this mysterious city that apparently is a floating city and very good, TM. They're in their ship, the Oryctes. They had some encounters with the Terror, that's PTERA/TERROR, depending on which way you're looking at it, and lost their captain, who got killed and thrown over the side of an island, which means their dead body, not entirely dead. I'd like you all to consider the fact that they probably woke up halfway through the fall.
Yeah. That's likely.
God. They might have chosen just not to survive.
That's a very Asta thing to say. Like, let's just sit around eating dinner. We're like, for fuck's sake.
It's one of those things where you're like, okay, come back whilst you're halfway through the fall, go, nope.
Yeah, I'm done.
And then it's just nope out.
Yeah, exactly. Just properly nope out.
I think there is a lot of, this might just be a fake fact now.
Go on.
It was just about, I think that a lot of, like really high falls or whatever, so people die on the way down. I don't know.
Oh, they dive the fear before they actually impact.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I've heard that too. I've no idea.
Yeah, so that's what I'm imagining.
But I say it's very hard to know.
Yeah.
I think it is true that if you threw a squirrel off an infinitely high thing, it would die of starvation before ever hitting the ground because the squirrel can survive terminal velocity. Well, arbitrarily high thing. I can't remember the exact number.
Arbitrarily high.
But yes, a squirrel survives terminal velocity.
This is way more interesting.
Cats, fascinatingly, if you throw them off a certain level, they're fine, and off a higher level, they're not.
Oh, totally. No, other way
that's
around.
True for.
Oh no, sorry. If you throw them off from too lower level, they die because they don't have a time to reach terminal velocity and right themselves. Where from a higher level, they're fine. I mean, their legs will all break, but they'll be alive.
Where I used to live, the cat committed suicide out of my window on this very basis.
What?
Was it broke its legs?
I was just about to say for like reassurance
it broke
that none
its
of
whole
us...
self. It's
Oh dear.
Again, I like to think we're having this conversation in world. And the rest of the crew are like, what is up with the material plane?
Suicidal cat. I'm so sorry.
It wasn't technically. It's very complicated. We'll go into this another time.
Anyway, we're playing some D&D. Sorry. So yes, your captain died and was thrown off the island. So even if they did come back to their body, because no one as well seems to die, you wouldn't know if they had a good time with that or not. Anyway, captain's dead. You're on the ship, the Oryctes. The remainder of the crew have all agreed to travel together to Uhlen and then start working out what's next. That everyone is sort of loosely in charge in a kind of communal, democratic way, but not sure what's going to happen next. The ship was mostly being used for sort of delivery of stuff. And you also have a cargo of things to deliver, which you are now delivering. You also encountered some sky whales, who were very sad that God is dead. And Schopenhauer sky whales, and then
nice.
At which point, I swear that there was a reason for all of that. It wasn't just me going, "The whales are sad." No, it was all planned.
Fine.
We'll get to it later, I'm sure. And you just saw a lighthouse in the distance, and that's where we were going to pick up this time. So. You, the party, are in the sort of communal space of what would have been the cockpit, except that you have a daredevil ghost pilot, so it's fine, of the Oryctes, and you have seen up ahead that there is a lighthouse floating on an island. It's not so much there's an island with a lighthouse on it. Has anyone seen, what's the lighthouse called that's like on the far end of the Scilly Isles? Do you remember what it was called?
I know what you mean, but I can't remember the name.
It's one of the most westernmost points in the UK, where just before it goes off the continental shelf. And it is literally, like, you can't even see the island. It's just a lighthouse out of the water. You barely see the rock. This is very similar. You can barely see the rock. It's basically just this humongous, this sort of lighthouse tower, barely any rock around the bottom of it. It just appears to be a floating lighthouse of its own accord. The light's not on.
But there is rock around it. It's not just going up from below.
Oh, it's floating.
Lighthouse all the way down.
Yeah. You could imagine where it's like, this is like hundreds of floors worth of lighthouse. You're like, who built this?
I mean, I don't think it will be able to hold its own weight up at that point.
No. We live in a world of magic.
I know, but there's a certain amount of, like, the way that things bend in the wind. No, it's a floating lighthouse, as in it clearly has a tiny spit of rock underneath it, but it's not like there's an island. Like, there's a dock that goes to the door of the lighthouse, and there's no other land-like masses around it. There's a lot of birds.
Invert.
Nope, it's floating up, right?
With the weight. Like, fantasy gravity, I'm very sorry. It's crazy.
Questioning the physics.
I mean, looking at it, it's not exactly like it does sort of wibble slightly. And it's surrounded by birds. Again, lots and lots of different kinds of birds.
Wobble, but they don't fall down.
But that is in front of you. You don't need to stop if you don't want to. It's clearly just there. But the ship is going past it. And if you ask any of your fellow crewmates, none of them have seen it before. No idea what it is.
Oh, it's new.
Prif, your Deathbringer compatriot, will not. Honestly, it looks like a wizard's tower, and
yes, we should go.
Totally.
Are we robbing a wizard now?
No. Why would we rob a?
No, we're not going to. We're going to go.
We robbed a temple.
We're going to go say hello.
Oh,
hello.
If they have any spells that I can borrow.
Oh, and give you one of those stamps, one of those wizard stamps you were talking about. Yeah, okay. In your book. Yeah.
Do we think they're a nice wizard and not someone who'll just kill more people?
They live in a
We
lighthouse.
can stop them if they're going to. Well, exactly.
No, the light isn't on.
Maybe they're in trouble.
Shouldn't the light be on if they are in trouble?
No, the light stops other things from getting in trouble.
What around here are they going to run into anyway?
The lighthouse. Or pterodactyls.
It all feels a bit incongruous to me.
It does seem... I mean, Asta wants to go and learn some spells.
I mean,
So do I.
We could spend our entire lives not touching anything and stay on the ship forever and not do anything.
That sounds nice.
Or we could go and explore all the exciting places. And, maybe it's more dangerous. Maybe some of us will die. But it's a price, that we should be willing to pay.
Absolutely.
For a second there, I thought you were going to say it's a price you're willing to pay, which is... But
some of
you
may die.
I might die as well.
And that's worth it to knock on the door of a strange tower and go, "Hello, you're a wizard. Can I have a stamp, please?"
Okay, it's not a stamp.
Do it like
I've not got like a collector's card. It's not like you meet 10 wizards and you get one free.
I love that idea.
Your 10th one will be coming in the post.
Spell scroll with everything.
That's why you wanted more spells. You fill up every page of your spell book and then they send you like a...
And then I stick some more pages in and put more spells in. And then eventually you know all of the spells that there are possibly to know as a wizard.
So it's a sticker album. Maybe you do swaps.
It can be swaps.
You have to do swaps.
It could also be pogs.
But there are some really cool things that people can do that I've heard of that I can't do, and we could maybe just see if we could meet some people who can do those things, and then I can write down the things, and then I'll be able to do them later.
Book agrees with this message.
Good.
Book has gone into the third person.
Look, Book's trying something out. We're supporting this.
Thank you.
Okay,
But you could always stay on the ship and look after it, Cleo, if you wanted. There's no pressure to come in.
I wanted to check I understood that the in the risk-benefit analysis, the benefit was maybe one extra bit of magic and the risk was death, and we're going for that being a good...
Totally.
I just want to check I understood.
Also, potential benefits are, new friends, more knowledge, maybe people who want to send us on adventures, all those things, all those good things that come with knowing people.
New friends and people sending us on adventures are good things?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, if they're willing to pay.
Right. I still have a lot to learn. It's nice
Technically, we're mercenaries now, so yes, if we could go find a quest or something, that would be
good start.
I mean,
and they might know about this key.
That's the other thing. A wizard might, know about plane shifting or how to power it up.
Yes.
Well, it sounds like we have a sort of vote then. So sounds like we're going.
Oh no, we should probably have an actual vote.
Let's have an actual vote.
Okay, who's going to announce the vote then, or do we just go?
All those 4?
Yes.
Priff will raise their hand 4 as well. I'm sort of intrigued now.
Possibilities.
Lola's got
Etelus
has got a half. Sorry.
Those against.
Cleo, you get to vote.
and anyone abstaining.
Nope.
Okay.
Not even.
You do have to choose one of the 3. Remember, we agreed.
No.
That's your prerogative. A refusal to vote
sounds like an abstention.
Yeah.
A refusal to vote is an acceptance of the status quo. So, I guess we're going to go bother a wizard.
Haps didn't vote for anything either, and we'll go. Right then, we guess we're going to go bother a wizard. Okay.
Let's bother.
Haps, do you have anything to add, or
just wizards are notoriously untrustworthy vagabonds and gadabouts.
Are they?
Oh, not all of them, but like.
Well, walking out of the room, slapping his eyes.
We were getting on so well, Habs.
No, not you specifically, just in general.
Hi ho, hi ho. Oh, they're one of the good ones, are they now?
Apparently.
That's not what I said. It's not what I meant either.
Twisting the word.
Right, anyway.
We're making so many friends.
Oh, absolutely.
This is why we need new friends.
Again.
To replace the old friend.
Replace them as we alienate them.
Yeah, they keep dying or just falling off things. We're like, oh.
Are you heading over? The ship can dock. Krenna will happily dock the ship. Basically, gangplank down towards this very small dock, and will then keep the ship floating, still burning fuel. But you get the sense that with the amount of fuel that was in the engine, how much you've got, you're probably fine for a very, 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 very long time. Damage to it and that sort of thing expels a lot of this stuff. But if there's no leakage, no one's asked Krenna about this. Krenna's not going. I'm not going to explain it. But Krenna will move the ship over and land and go. Leaving it running. Hopefully it goes well.
Is anyone staying? Habs, do you want to stay? You didn't seem to want to come meet the wizard.
I think I probably should come and meet the wizard, because it appears I've got some preconceived notions I shouldn't have.
You could be right. That's fair. That sort of. I mean, in our world, wizards are. They're a mix. There's some, especially in Waterdeep. Yeah.
We'll go. Right. Well, I'll come with, and perhaps if you want to leave at any point but think it would be weird to go on your own, then give me a signal and I will go, well, time to... What was that thing you did earlier, Ustam? Time to...
You sort of slap your thigh, right? Well, time to go.
Right, okay.
Yeah. Would you look at the time? Sort of things like that.
Would you look at the time? Okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
And Krenna has to stay with the ship because Krenna's
just there.
Actually, that's a quick question, Krenna.
Yeah?
The fuel.
Head pokes out of the wall once more.
Boink. That's kind of got used to it. When we were looking for the fuel previously, is there like something that tells us where it reacts to it, or because if we were looking for more fuel, would we know if it was in the tower or?
We don't need any more fuel.
No, but just in future, do you have a scanner or a sort of a magical item? When there's.
Well, Astel can cast Detect Magic.
Right, okay, so it's just like we don't have get a little device that pings. Okay, just curious.
You want a device that pings?
I want a machine that goes ping, yeah.
I thought about making a machine that goes ping. I can try and make a machine that goes ping if you want a machine that goes ping.
In general, or when we're looking for fuel?
Well, no, we're looking for fuel. If it just goes ping all the time, then that's no use to anybody.
It could be fun.
I enjoy a pinging device.
See? Folk enjoys a lovely ping. Let's go meet a wizard, shall we?
Priv.
Yes.
Is a wizard a useful sort of person to ask about world destroyers because they might know about world destroyers, or would that be a very bad idea and I shouldn't ask anyone about world destroyers in case that's bad?
You should ask people about world.
I think asking anyone about world destroyers might be somewhat concerning for anybody. Those aren't good words to hear in tandem. That being said, if you get to know someone who's maybe a bit more knowledgeable and you feel like it might be good to reach out and ask, then I think it's your prerogative.
So don't trust anybody until they've proven they can be trustworthy, and even then, that might backfire.
In a very over-the-top sort of way, sure.
Okay.
Could be a little more gently ease into that.
Gently easing into not trusting anybody.
Slowly build trust.
Like a volcano. Just keep building until it explodes.
In friendship.
With trust?
Apparently.
And that's the betrayal.
Cool. Trust volcanoes. Right.
You can try.
Okay.
I'm upset by all of this.
Yeah, the imagery is gripping. If the five of you wish to disembark, Prif and Apps will come with you and will retreat if they feel a bit like this is beyond them, or if Prif thinks Apps isn't having a very good time.
Oh.
Are they assuming more pally since the death of the captain? Because they were quite...
They did not like each other.
Yeah.
We've only got each other now.
Roll me an insight check.
Yes.
Ooh, good. First roll of the day.
2 3 plus 6, dirty 20.
If anything, it looks like Haps is not doing anything different, but the Prif is using the opportunity of the captain's death to try and turn over a new leaf.
Oh, lovely.
Interesting.
Cleo does not believe this.
Falsehoods.
Exactly.
Lies and deceit, wonderful. Good, right. This dock is made of wood. It is quite splintered in places. The lighthouse wall is made of stone. You do note as you walk up this that the whole thing is sort of... It's like being on the deck of a ship. It's a slow rock back and forth. Would anyone like to... There's a door at the end. It looks to be a solid door.
Is there a doorbell?
No, there's no doorbell.
Could one of you who makes more noise than I do just like knock really loudly on the door?
Accepted. Crunch, 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 crunch. And then boom, 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 boom. Hello?
Are you in any way mitigating your strength?
Oh, no.
Cool. Roll me a strength check, please.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Great first impression.
Oh, absolutely.
My door!
Yes. Just a strength check, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh boy, 18.
Ooh.
Right, you rolled high. So what I'm saying is that you would have, because you rolled high, you can control your strength if you wish.
Oh, good.
To.
Okay, cool. Yes.
Do you wish to control your strength, or do you want to punch the door down?
No, I don't want to actually punch the door down. I think that would be sad. But it's I think there should the imprint of knuckles should be left.
Oh gosh. Okay. There is a firm knock at the door, and you can see an imprint of knuckles left behind. But the door does not splinter or break. Vuk, you realise while doing this that the door is very old.
Ah.
It doesn't break, but you do go like, okay, I should be a little more cautious.
But is it not sort of rotting, but just sort of so ancient as to have been, as the integrity is lacking?
Yeah.
I think There may not have been anyone here for some time.
From inside the tower, you will hear, "Oh!"
Ah, maybe I was wrong.
Okay.
There's definitely someone there, but they didn't say like come in or.
Yeah.
Was there an identifiable location where the noise came from?
Roll me a perception check.
Oh god, I'm shit at that.
I'll try as well.
12.
No. Inside.
And to be fair, it was a pleasant surprise rather than get off me lawn kind of thing. So,
Get off me lawn!
Do we want to...
I just rolled a dirty 20 on my perception.
It sounded like sounded like it came from higher up. It had more echo to it.
Yeah, understood.
Shall we say hello?
Hello!
There is no reply.
Nice.
Maybe say something. Does "we mean you no harm" sound more threatening?
I find from experience, if you mention harm, even in the sense of meaning none of it, you're still saying that harm is a thing.
It sort of sounds like you're saying we could mean you harm and we're choosing not to at the moment, so be grateful.
I mean...
We're looking for friends? That sounds weird as well.
We could invoke parlay, I suppose.
Say, I'm a wizard student and my teacher's dead. Do you have any spells?
What if they say no? That might be the end of the conversation.
Well, yes, but then you know and we haven't wasted any time. It's upfront and clear of what you want, and then they reply yes or no, and then we go from there.
During this conversation, Book is going to try the door to see if it needs to actually, if we can just open it.
It opens.
Tell them we're coming in.
We're coming in.
Not like the police style. Not like we've broken down the door and we're coming in.
Well, we have broken down the door and we're coming in.
I didn't break it. I just left a knuckle imprint. Hello?
I've just rolled again. From above you, all now hear a faint, "Oh, crumbs!"
We're here to talk. We're going on an adventure, and we could leave if you like. But hello, my name's Uhlen.
Hello, my name's Vuk Kronogorak. I'm going to go in and look around.
Sure.
Not looking for the person, but just to see is everything covered in cobwebs? That kind of.
The ground floor in front of you. It looks like there are a couple of crates stacked around the outside of this space, and there's definitely stuff in here that is old, is ancient, and is cobwebby, and the wood looks brittle and is broken in places. In the center of the space, however, is a rather elegant-looking armchair. It's quite small, but it is an elegant-looking armchair. There's a nice rug, and there's a fireplace with a fire crackling in it. There's also a cup of tea and a saucer on a side table, and there's a book on the chair that's just like slowly leafing back pages if someone just put it down and ran away.
Oh, we have tea.
Do we?
We could have a cup of tea together.
All right.
Please,
Maybe.
do we have biscuits?
If you'd like.
We should have brought a gift.
We don't know what they want. Hello?
A good berry?
Is there... So Book is going to keep looking around again, just not looking for the person, but sort of scouting out the...
Sure.
Does the place seem very lived in? I think that's the question.
Do you want to roll a perception check?
Yes.
Otherwise, I'm just giving you stuff for free.
24
Never mind.
20.
Give us.
Yeah. It looks like the carpet chair, it looks like a lot of these things are lived in, like they're not they're not perfect, but they also have the faint air of magic around them. And it looks like someone has set up in the center of this space or in a bit of it and just ignored the rest of it. There's a lot of dust and footprints on the floor. The footprints are quite small as well and look like they're quite long-toed. The stairs leading up, there is a clear trail. Someone has gone back and forth up the stairs, but a lot of the dust around the edges of this room is untouched. So someone has a very specific purpose for this space, and it wasn't to use the front door. You can also see, poking around, the spiral staircase goes around the inside of this tower. A tiny little head is poked down and is just looking to see who's there and is just watching all of you. You rolled a natural 20, so I'm just going to keep giving you things. They have a very rat-like face, and they are very small. And they are wearing a blue robe with stars on it and have a hat on which is blue with stars on it as well, and the stars look relatively crudely drawn on. It's not like someone's stuck them on, it's like someone's taken a bit of chalk and gone
Mickey Mouse.
I beg your pardon?
Did you just make Mickey Mouse?
No.
Wizard robes.
Yeah, in Fantasia.
Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Classic wizard look, I will have you know.
Then they nicked it off the thing.
We watch a walking broom walk in and walk out again. We're like, no.
No, it's a rat, not a mouse. And they are looking down. Oh, no, they don't say that. I'm going to meet all of you. Don't say that. They're just looking downstairs. They think that you can't see them because they're quite well hidden and they're very small. And they're at the top of the stairs looking down, and they don't think they've been noticed. And they're watching all of you enter their space. Ed, you rolled a natural 20. I'm just going to give this a complete. Their expression is one of fear, but also they're intrigued by you. You get the sense this is not someone who is actively trying to make you all go away. It's more of a, I don't know how to begin this conversation. You might be awful. I don't know.
Right. So Vuk, under his breath, is going to go, I've seen our host, I suppose. I think they're quite intimidated. Okay. So I think I probably shouldn't be the person to start talking to them.
Shall I go?
Go for it.
Yeah. I'm a wizard, and we just thought maybe this looks kind of like a wizard tower, and I didn't get a lot of tuition because our teachers sort of ghosted, and we were really just hoping that there might be someone here that we could talk to about magic.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Ah, lovely.
I will once I find my dice again. Oh, 2 16s, which makes it an 18.
From the top of the stairs, you will now all hear. Okay, I'm coming down.
Hooray!
And this small rat, like they've got a full rat tail and everything, will start slowly making their way down the stairs, seeing all of you. They look at all of you with a kind of. There's a bit of caution, but also. Hello?
Hi.
Hello. Very good to meet you.
Yes.
Is this your home?
Maybe. I haven't decided yet.
Aha.
I like it. You're right. It looks like a wizard's tower.
I like the armchair. That's very homely. That's a nice addition.
Oh. They will walk into the space that you're in and look around and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and will sort of gesture around, and 7 more identical chairs surround the space.
Cool.
Wow.
The look on their face is very much like, yeah, magic. Like it is very like cool.
Your guns, exactly.
A little bit.
Look, do they look strong, these chairs?
I mean...
Well, basically, Book will try and sit down in one, aware that he is not a light boy at the best of times, and therefore there's a slight sort of...
As you sit in it, you can feel it magically providing support.
This is... enjoy this. Very good. Thank you.
Good.
I'm Astel.
Hi.
Yes. As I said before, I'm Vuk Kronogorak. Very good to meet you.
Oh. No sound came out then, Lola.
Etalus.
They will nod at all of you in unison. Big smile.
Do you have a name?
Yes.
What is it?
Well, my full name is Festizio the Marvelous.
Wow.
But you can call me Fest if you wish.
Fest? Well, why not? It's a very good name. When you say the Marvelous, what do you do that's marvelous? I mean, you saw what you just did with the chairs. It was very good. But what else? What else can you make us marvel at?
hello, welcome to my house. Now, can you entertain me? Can you do fairy lights? I want to see some fairy lights.
That's all I'm looking for.
They will gesture with their hands, and the room around you shifts and warps, and you are now... Oh, where would they take you? You are now standing in a wooded glade.
No. Last time a wizard did that, they ended up dead, and we ended up trapped on the other side.
Sorry. The wave of the hands, the illusion just wafts away like bad party balloons and smoke, and you're still there. It was still an illusion.
It was fake, Cleo, so we were still here, but it just looked different.
It was lovely. I'm a big fan of the woods, as is Etelus.
Oh, I think I preferred the illusion.
Yes, so do I.
Vest's eyes will jump between Etelus and Cleo with a kind of, which one do I please?
What Etelus want?
Okay, and they'll do it again. And same gesture, exact same wooded glade, like it's obviously an illusion, just... And they will then do the kind of cat got the cream, like, kind of.
You see, Cleo, if you go put your hand on where the wall was, you'll feel the wall.
Yes, that makes sense, but that wasn't clear to start with, and the last time we ended up somewhere else, everything went very... Yeah,
I'm very sorry, I didn't mean to...
No, my fault, I'm
sorry.
foolish, it's my fault.
I'm sorry.
Oh boy,
so
we're going to be here forever, just...
It'll be fine. It'll be absolutely fine.
I go stand near to Cleo, so just sort of like...
Basically, we had a bit of a bad experience.
Oh, yeah.
But we're doing all right now, much better.
Exactly.
Good.
And it's very nice to meet you.
So what do you go around and entertain people with your illusions, or do you just stay here, or?
No.
Okay.
No, I uncover the secrets of everything.
Everything.
There's a whole lot.
Are there many secrets?
I dig through stories and history and time, and I find all of the magic, and I learn it.
Fantastic. That's
great.
Yes.
Is it in books?
Where else would it be? Sorry.
So Fook's got magic that's nothing to do with books, but if you've got books of magic, I wouldn't mind maybe looking at them if you don't mind terribly.
Those are my books.
Okay.
But if it's in a book, then surely you're not really uncovering anything new.
We have to find the books first. And everything's been forgotten. Everything from when I was young is gone. Everything has to be relearned.
How old are you?
Why?
Oh, sorry. Because I am one of those unfortunates who have died on this.
Oh! Yeah.
Exactly. And so, do you remember when things changed? Do you remember when...
Yes.
When was that?
I don't know, a while ago.
Right. But a very long time ago or a short time ago?
How old do you think I am?
We have no idea, which is why when you're talking about important things that happened in your lifetime, we'd like to know how old you are.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm from before all of this.
How long ago is that?
What?
Years? Like 60 years? When I was born, we were still on the ground.
Oh.
That's amazing.
What happened?
Well, the end of the world.
But we're all still here.
Yes, we've sort of carried on, and things have been forgotten, and now I find them all again.
Where do you find them? Oh, you go over.
Yeah. No. It's essentially the same. It's like, do you travel down to the ground to find them?
No. Ground is bad now. No,
bad.
I fly to islands and I find the knowledge.
And then just keep it forever away from everyone.
No, I will share.
You didn't seem very keen to share a second ago.
What will you share with me?
Well, I have a book full of spells.
Ooh.
You can't keep it, though, I'm afraid. But you can look at it.
We make a deal.
Okay.
Okay.
What's the deal?
I don't know what you've got.
Oh, I tell you what I have got as well. I've got some journals that were written by a gate crasher who landed here.
You are aware of the gate crashers?
Yes.
Oh, like sit in their chair doing a little excited bounce. Like they're so happy that you know about this mystical thing.
Amazing.
Oh, you must tell me all the gate crasher stuff, all the secrets that you have.
I've just got these 4 books. I will admit, I skim read
I was going to say
3 of them out of 4.
Well,
the 4th one's the scandalous stuff.
The 4th one's the filth.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Fest is clearly just like it's just staring at Astel now. It's just like can't like. It's like someone's saying, "Oh, by the way, I've got all of the Illuminati stuff." And you're like, "What? That's a thing?" And you have all of it? Yeah, it's fine. It's right here. Like it's that sort of reaction.
Amazing.
From a conspiracy nut.
I'm quite pleased about that. I think we found the one person that these were actually valuable to. I guess it would be useful to know some more about, chime in everyone, sort of what happened here, and I guess anything that you've got about gate crashers, and people travelling between worlds, maybe?
That would be wonderful if we could find out about that.
Are you from this world?
Where else would I be from?
Well, we're not from this world.
Hold on. You know what a gate crasher is. So what do you think a gate crasher is if it's not across universes?
Gate crashers come from beyond the stars to deliver truths about the world.
Oh, so they're also like god folk. So
Not like pretend gods. All of these pretend gods. No, they are the real gods. Everything else is an illusion, like my illusions.
Oh, well, no, if that's your worldview. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's a rabbit hole.
Yeah, okay.
Oh no, we're in QAnon.
Oh God!
But more like a dream.
Surely.
Okay. Just Astel is like, should we tell or should we not tell? I'm erring towards not tell.
Oh, are you sending this out to people as a message?
You have no way of sending it out as a message.
Deciding what I'm going to say for myself.
Right, just looking at Astel's terrified face, we're like, oh dear.
Oh yeah, I guess they must come from beyond the stars, where nothing else comes from.
But you said there were other worlds. Do they come from other worlds?
Well, that's my theory, is that they come from other worlds.
I see.
Yes, mine too. Exactly.
Good theory.
Good theory.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm kind of like trying to squeeze Cleo's hand a bit.
It's fine. It's fine.
Go with it. I just really quietly out the side of my mouth goes, keek.
If you look across, Priff is watching all this with a kind of slightly bemused, like, okay, and from perhaps just getting like this slow shake, like fucking. It's just this nails Haps's bias in a nutshell.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess I could give you them in return for that sort of information.
Okay, a deal. Spit in the hand, and we'll hand it over.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll turn their chair to all of you and go, so I give you the information, and then I get the books about the truth.
Yes. Please.
Yes.
Okay.
Chris, would it be highly offensive to this person if I prestidigitated my hand?
I don't know.
Find out.
Would you like to roll an insight check to see if it would be?
I will.
All right.
That is a 2, which becomes a 1.
Probably fine, yeah.
I rolled it. I'll do it. I'll prestidigitate my hand.
It's a bit of.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm very susceptible to illness.
You know, wizard.
I have to be really careful about germs. Why do I keep opening my mouth?
Also, the fact we all know what germs are as well. At that level of the Renaissance, we're like, yeah, germ theory.
They will also prestidigitate their hand and look slightly like, Okay.
But you said you had information. So what was the world like before it ended?
It's a very big question.
Oh, I see. What was your favorite bit of the world before it ended?
My parents and I lived in a cottage, and it was small.
Right.
And there was water, and then there was a waterfall, and there were trees, and it was very nice, and it is all gone now.
That is a shame.
What happened to end the world?
Wasn't going to go there straight away, but all right.
Everything was torn apart.
Why? By whom or what?
Dragons.
Oh.
The dragon archons, the tumults, they wanted to remake. And they didn't care if there were people there, they just remade. Tore up bits of land like this one, and that one, and the ones outside. All torn up, and then they float in the sky.
Right. Wow.
Why did they want to remake?
Because they always wanted to make, and the only person telling them not to was Cole, and then Cole...
Ooh, okay.
That's a bit 5 ways that Cole could have done. So, no one knows what happened to Cole, right? Cole just...
No, Cole's dead.
Oh, right.
You know that definitively, like...
What's the look on Hap's face when this is
Hap's
said?
like, Caps is like, kind of want to say stuff. Don't feel like it's my place to say stuff.
Whoever's nearest to, could they sort of block the like? Fine.
No, what he's doing, because he's got a bit more than that, is just doing the okay. He's like,
Sure, that's quite right. Yeah.
And Griff is just there going. He's calm the whole situation down.
Amazing.
It's not helping.
I mean, did Cole used to take like physical form? Did anyone? And
did you meet him?
No, but saw. He always travelled.
Wow.
And go on.
Do you know that he's dead in the same way that you know gatecrashers are the one true gods? Is it the same? You're absolutely certain. The same sort of, that's how you know it.
No, maybe yet.
Well, given that you saw Cole and then Cole disappeared, that does make sense.
Cole must be dead.
Right.
Otherwise he left everyone to die. Didn't care about anybody, ever.
But for example, Etelus's family saw Etelus all the time and now don't see Etelus anymore, but that doesn't mean Etelus is dead. Etelus's family might think Etelus is dead and be really sad about it, but it doesn't mean Etelus is dead.
If Etelus cares about their family, Etelus should call their family and let them know they're okay.
Subtly reach out and grab Etelus's hand.
Also, Festus just saying it's like a duh. If you care about someone, you call them. What the hell is wrong with you? It's that sort of reaction.
Wow. Who's told?
No, Cole has responsibilities, and had responsibilities, and then went, no. So either Cole is dead or Cole was always an asshole. At this point, he can just the thing else going, well, and goes, starts slapping them.
Right, we made the deal. Give us the spell.
So I was at the time, and gets up and guides himself.
So are the dragons still down there making things?
Yes, but the dead people are also down there, and now they are fighting. Right. Very violent, very dangerous. So we stay in the sky, looking for books and knowledge.
Yes.
Go on. I was going to say, this is me from Dover. Did Cole, because none of us dream or have nightmares. Did Cole control the dreams and the nightmares? And then they took off?
Yes, or Cole controlled everything.
And
duh.
It was some very deadpan. This was like, doy. Okay, so then have you done research on dreams, nightmares?
Yes, they all escaped. They all escaped. They all decided. They all brought here, and now they're all over the place doing weird things, like the city over there with the thing and the. Yes.
The city over there with the thing. Which city? Which thing?
Not
Uhlen.
fun.
Ah,
It is a. It has a dream in the middle of it.
Oh,
wow! And its dream sort of expands outward, and it frondy things. Don't like it there. Although I do miss the bibliothèque.
There's a bibliothèque.
Yes, where wizards hang out.
Great.
Good parties.
French in Uhlen.
Well, la bibliothèque. Avec le plume de matin.
Maybe we can get hold of some croissant.
Bibliothèque is also a word in English, you pricks.
I just thought you were being very... Oh,
it's very continental.
Continental Bay. Right.
Okay.
Do you know if anybody still has dreams? And if they did, what would you be surprised to find out that they did?
How can they have dreams? Dreams are out there. Points outside the door. Why would they be in there? Points at their head.
Oh.
What is wrong with all of you? It's like you're not from here.
We're just very young.
Yes.
And
does
very
make a lot of sense. Yes.
Yes. We're all very stupid.
Big field. All right. Yes, that's true.
Looks at you, Ursula, and goes, I see why you need books.
Yeah. I've always preferred sleeping over reading, and now I regret my life choices.
If
It's a
only
shame.
we had studied.
It's a real shame.
I'm so pleased you haven't made me roll a single deception check for any of this nonsense.
Look, if a character is this full of themselves, there's no need for deception checks.
Yeah, just accept it. It's fine.
We're sort of deadpanning our way through it. Like, yep.
Yep, absolutely.
So, about Uhlen, you said that there was the bibliothèque. Has a lot of things changed in Uhlen? Well, I mean, yeah, have a lot of things changed in Uhlen? What's wrong with it?
Nothing's wrong with it. I just don't like it.
Oh.
Uhlen is the dream. It is very...
Right.
You know?
Yes,
No.
not good.
No.
Well, okay.
It's in your head.
Oh.
That doesn't sound
But I
good.
thought that's where dreams were supposed to be.
Not now.
Well, okay. Does it do bad things?
No, it's not a bad dream. It's just... Oh, it's so... it weighs on you. It tells you all the time that everything's fine and that things are good. And sometimes you're a bit like, well, fuck you. You know?
Yes, absolutely.
So, because of the dream, the bibliothèque left?
No, the bibliothèque is still there.
Good.
With the wizards.
So, but you don't go there?
No. No knowledge there anyway. All those wizards are fucking posers, you know?
Oh, there's more wizards.
But you're the best wizard.
Thank you.
Only from my own experience, but yes.
I think we might roll for that one. That's a bit out of the blue.
Of all the wizards we've met, you're certainly in the top two.
That would have been more accurate, probably.
Thank you.
Keek a wizard.
It was absolutely fine. Good. Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, even Keek is better than this person.
Is Keek, like, remembering that Keek is the one that was like so up themselves, they were like, we can definitely take all of these kids on a school trip and strand them in a like.
They already had done it before. That was the thing.
Yeah. Before. It was always fun.
Yeah.
You see.
Yeah.
Right up until it wasn't. Yeah.
And then as like we go back to the school and it's like, yeah, we never should have let him continue to do it because this was like the 20th accident. This one just happened to be a lot more final.
It kept happening. I don't know why.
Your final test. get home. Good luck.
All right, everyone. Since we need to have this conversation, let's have this conversation. Keek had done it many, many times before because we've had NPCs who've experienced it in previous adventures. So this is a thing they did all the time. It went horribly wrong in a way they couldn't have anticipated.
They could have anticipated it at the point when we got stuck in the Astral Sea and we went, maybe we should go home now. And they spent 5 minutes going,
maybe
yeah.
there was some DM thumb on the scales to get them eventually going the right way. Anyway.
Quite hard to save us all. Tried.
And died. Fest, that's what Fest says. Fest says, thank you. Evidently.
How would we find Uhlen?
Oh, you can't miss it.
Oh, good.
It's got a glow.
Oh, good.
Is it the glow of the dream?
I'm amazed you haven't been, really. Like, everyone's been to Uhlen.
Well, maybe we were all babies.
So young.
Stupid babies, yeah.
Stupid babies.
Yep. Getting the 10,000 yard
Great. Does anyone have any other questions?
Could we see the book that you have?
What book?
You were going to give us... Oh, we were going to... Well...
You're giving me books.
We traded information for the books.
Yes. Well, why don't you tell us what you know about gatecrashers? Have you met a gatecrasher?
No.
Do they hang out at the bibliothek?
No. Gatecrasher. No, I've heard of them though. They keep turning up places, and they always know things that they shouldn't know, and therefore they must know all the things. And it's maybe they have like a sort of collective mind or something. And someone told me that they're from a different time as well, not from a different place, and that it might be that they are us in the future coming back to now to try and fix all the problems. So maybe tomorrow, Cole won't be dead anymore and none of this would have happened. Wouldn't that be exciting?
Yes, very, very exciting.
Yes.
If it's possible, let's hope it is.
The massive eyes are like...
keep thinking that.
And they use special silver keys to travel around.
Ooh.
Wow. Have you ever seen one?
No.
No, us neither.
Oh.
Have you ever?
Well played, Cleo.
Do you know what they look like? Like if we ever saw a gatecrasher, or do they have like an aura or what?
Well, apparently they're all 7 foot tall.
Oh.
Wow.
Right.
That's... Cyclops of Buck comes back home.
Very tall. Big hats.
Right.
Oh, well, magic users do need massive hats. That's true.
They do.
Yes.
They need
Like my hat. I have a big hat.
Yes.
Yes, but just like your hat.
Like wearing purple.
Lots of purple. Okay.
Maybe.
Very pale face.
I think he's probably going to whisper to Astor. I think they're going to be very disappointed.
Yeah, no, getting that as well.
I'm just describing Q from Star Trek. That's all I'm doing.
It's very funny.
Maybe on that note, we should take our leave because we've got some stuff to deliver to Uhlen.
Books. Where are my books?
The books are here.
Thank you. Oh, what are they? So I was opening them.
Yeah.
This is a gatecrasher writing about being here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I could find one.
Yes.
This is a great gift.
We will leave you to your reading.
I'm going to glance at Astor, kind of like, is there anything useful in that? Or is it just like gatecrashers like, I had an egg this morning, it was very nice?
No, it's
Yeah.
I think, Chris, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's quite tedious. It's not like...
It's gatecrashers' journals from when they arrived here, from when they died.
Oh.
In Jarlax's spindly handwriting.
In Jarlax's spindly handwriting, because Jarlax had to write down their notes on what death means here and how it all functions.
That's amazing.
I promise I have flipped through them.
Yeah, that's all right. We trust you.
Well, you said 3 of 4 books.
Right, I flicked through most of them.
Don't think.
Shuts the book. I know how to travel the world now. Look,
when it got to the point where he was giving instructions for how to boil an egg, I thought, you know what, I'm good.
Done.
I mean,
I suppose we can always just go ask.
That's true. Yeah. We know where they are.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We're
all know
not
how to
saying
borrow
this
eggs.
loud
No.
enough for
No,
the
it's fine.
others to hear.
Have we got up and started again?
The supreme overconfidence of the person now completely absorbed in these books realizes that you're all leaving. As you get up, will reach out a hand and grasp hold of your wrist.
Oh, forward.
Hello.
I have not given you a worthy exchange.
Oh, okay.
Do you want spells? I have spells.
I always want spells.
Okay. Wait here. And we'll run upstairs with the books.
Did we have a look? Maybe not.
What, do you want to go upstairs?
All right.
We're just waiting.
Yeah, in this room. Sorry, when you were describing it, there wasn't anything other than like this kind of cozy setup. No extra books or anything else. That was,
No, like a little like a reading nook stuck in the middle of a dusty lighthouse. Mm-hmm. But like someone had transplanted a reading nook to the inside of a dusty lighthouse. Do you want to roll a perception check?
Sure, although it's not going to be better than.
I was going to say.
Yeah. It's not going to be better than
that. Own perception checks, Ed.
Only Ed can look at
good
things.
Yeah,
I'm the overconfident one.
Mine is worse than my passive, so it's 14 / 15. Like,
I'll give you a little thing. Yeah, do you want a little thing? I'll give you a little thing.
Household.
On the crates, there is some sort of like what looks like a logo or a. It looks like it's been seared into the wood.
Ooh, branded.
Is it a logo that I've seen before, pattern recognition wise? Okay,
no, not even close. No.
But I will make a note of the pattern.
It's got letters on it, but
the pattern.
Okay.
I don't know that I understand that. Well, we've had a couple of evenings.
I think you are aware of the concept of letters.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Going to point it out to us or just go, nice pattern?
I might poke Astle and go, what do the crates say?
What do the crates say, Chris?
The name in the logo, and it's very artistically done. It's like an old school, like scrolling kind of thing. Like it looks very, very classy. Says Divinine, Divinine.
Okay, it's a made-up word. It says Divinine.
All words are made up.
To some extent.
You're not wrong, Uhlen, but some words are more some words are more made up than other words, and Divinine is a more made-up word.
Looks like a name. Probably a name.
It's probably a name.
It probably is a name. That doesn't mean it wasn't made up.
All names are made up.
Yeah.
Fest will return with a small book.
Oh, thank you. Can I keep it, or?
I think it is only right.
Thank you.
Who's Divinine?
It's one of the merchant families from Uhlen.
Oh.
The markets are very busy.
What do they...
Do I believe them? Sorry, Tom.
No.
Roll an insight check.
15.
It seems to be the kind of thing, much like other parts of the conversation, where yes, that is the case, and I couldn't care less about it. Is the tone that I'm going to give.
Do you know what they trade, or are they
everything?
Oh, so they're like a trading company.
One of the oldest ones. Yes.
Oh, interesting.
But these crates are very old.
Did they exist before the apocalypse?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
No, I lived a very quiet life in the mountains and next to a stream.
Well, thank you very much for your time.
Very good to meet you.
If we happen by you again, we'll say hello again. If that's okay.
Well, if you see my tower, you can come and say hello. I've not finished decorating it yet, but this is mine now. I found it.
You'll be staying in the tower then?
Depends how fast I can move it.
Oh, so you'll be travelling in the tower? Oh, that's very exciting.
I hope so. Yeah. Really good wizards, and I mean really good wizards. They travel in their own towers that move. It's very cool.
Well,
I've never had a tower. I've only ever flown around, but I'm hoping this will be my tower.
So you are not a really good wizard.
well, look at the time!
You walk it like a dagger stare. There's no way around it.
You just haven't settled into a tower yet, but now you are.
Exactly. Now I'm becoming... Trying to stare at Cleo, who's probably going, don't really know what.
You said that a really good wizard, could do this thing that you can't do. Cleo's just like, this is just the next logical.
Backing out the room. Backing out the room.
Well, I hope you become a really good wizard one day.
Yep.
What a wonderful day we've had!
See you later. Come on then, here we go.
Almost started running. Just like,
Last one back to the ship's a loser, right?
As you all leave the tower and as you're all out of the door will slam shut. Festa hasn't moved. The door was slammed shut as you all leave.
Nice.
Oh, look, the work of a great wizard.
Great wizard.
wow.
We're not a threat. I think we'll be fine.
I hope that's worth it, pointing at the book.
No idea. What's in it?
More spells. It's a spell book.
Oh, it is actually. I wasn't sure that was going to be the case. Yeah.
Good, you can,
We did on purpose decide not to tell them that the gate crashers definitely aren't gods, right?
Absolutely. They
I
would not.
think they'll ascertain that from the books.
Yes.
Hey, even gods need to know how to boil eggs. Very important.
That's true.
Griff is lounging by the gangway to the ship as Haps is not nowhere to be seen. Well, that was informative.
Didn't help Hap's impression of wizards, though, did it?
No.
Astel, I know you're not from here, so that's more common than you think.
That is bonkers.
They are terrible.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, really. That's,
And the fact that they believe that Cole is dead means nothing.
No.
Because they're not very with
it.
Yes.
I mean, a lot of very sensible people think the same thing. That's the most prevalent theory.
Okay, but it seemed to make Hap sad.
Well, just because it's the most prevalent theory doesn't mean it's A, correct, or B, a nice thing to hear if it's what you worship.
We should probably go talk to Haps about...
Haps is fine, don't worry.
No, but just also to hear their version of events so we get a better...
I told you.
They did tell us about, 5 sessions ago.
I know, a little bit more. Like, I don't know what Cole looks like. We know Cole walked the land.
I'm
but
assuming
like,
that Cole is sort of a pasty boy with like blonde hair and a big floppy hat.
Much?
Well, as much as we could go and talk to Hap, I think
Dragon Age.
Dragon Age.
Yeah. It's a cute little ghost man, you know.
As much as we could go talk to Hap, I think that the first thing we should do is get on the ship and leave.
Yeah, we should go.
Yeah, we should.
Because we didn't leave Festa very happy.
The Marvellous or whatever.
Didn't we?
Okay, on the ship now.
Okay,
everyone
off we go. Before the tower starts moving or something.
Who
Tower
was the
doesn't
last
move.
one on the ship?
Of course it doesn't matter.
Who's the last one on the ship? I don't know. Whichever one of you decides to be the last one on the ship.
Do you want to go last?
No,
Ooh, striding.
Book said the last one on the ship was a loser.
Oh.
Well done. I did
Do you want
not
us to
think of the
roll for
repercussions of what I
Oh.
said. Cleo, wow.
God, you walked into that one. Right. As you all head back onto the ship, Vuk is last on. Priff will walk on after you. As you walk up the gangplank, Priff behind you, as the gangplank starts to rise up, and as you are, as the hips go, Priff will just lean forward and go, whale. I'll look like a whale.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Oh, that makes so much more sense.
That explains why they were so sad.
Yeah.
What?
So, you know that there are sky whales that are just kind of wailing in the sky?
Feeling.
Yes.
Well, they're saying something. Like, it sounds beautiful, but it's very sad. It's, where is Cole? Or Cole, where are you?
You're saying that Sky Whale singing,
Yeah.
something that culturally people around here really draw a lot of strength and energy from, is the Sky Whales bemoaning the fact that God is gone.
I can just understand
It's a 1,000-yard stare.
We can just keep that to ourselves as well.
Yeah, let's not tell Haps that.
No, I mean, far be it from me to decide what other people should or shouldn't hear, but please don't.
I mean, if there are lots of schools of Sky Whales, then maybe Cole is just with another school, and that school was just like, I don't know where Cole is. So,
I mean, there's a lot of supposition in that, but I'm okay.
I'm trying to make it better.
Okay.
We're not trying to be ignorant. This is a lot for us. I mean,
no, I know you're not. No.
Like, do you have sea whales? Because we have sea whales, because they may just be whales.
Seas.
We had seas before all of that.
Right.
But they, right.
I mean, there are still seas down in the waste, but
How do you get water?
Rain.
Oh. Yeah, that makes sense.
Gaps. Right.
So, actually, water then, one word answer.
Just a sort of Heron looking at us like...
Have you got any other fundamental beliefs that we can mock and just put our feet in everything today? Because that appears to be what we're doing.
No, I think you're doing surprisingly well, considering that most people that you are meeting tend to be... Look, Uhlen's a great place for many reasons, and one of them as well is just that there's a lot of people there who will not look askance at you from being from somewhere else or not knowing these things. Prickish wizards aside, it's not a bad place.
I mean, he did give me a spell book, so, we didn't come away empty-handed.
Which we hope is useful, because it could just be a bunch of cantrips, but...
It'd still be useful.
You can't write down cantrips. They're sort of like innate.
He did talk about a dream in
the middle of
Yeah.
Yes, it's Uhlen. That's what Uhlen's named after.
Oh.
It is called Uhlen, and the city is also called Uhlen.
I'm quite looking forward to Uhlen.
Yeah.
Apparently there's a library with loads more wizards, so maybe we'll find one that's not quite so bonkers.
I would like to see a physical dream. Sounds fascinating.
Well, okay. There will be a certain amount of side-eye us them briefly before...
Yeah, no, Ustam's been wandering, and I assume that Priv knew, but just sort of like...
Priv's extremely observant.
Yeah. No, I'm not embarrassed by that or anything. I'm like, yeah, of course they've got an idea. I'm just sort of like... I think I just raised an eyebrow and like, yeah.
Well... I mean, we shouldn't be far off. Should be able to see it relatively soon. Let's see if we can... And they'll go to the other side of the ship. Mr. Chesterfield, I assume you went into the common space. Perhaps has gone somewhere private to stew. If Frisch takes you to the other side of the ship, you can see off in the distance... how to describe this best? You can't see Uhlen yet. It's too far away.
Mm-hmm.
What you can see is that the air in the space you're heading towards, there's a strange shimmering light passing through it. It doesn't look exactly 100% clear.
Amazing.
You will realize relatively soon that you are passing through sort of fronds. Bit like a fern or...
But massive.
Yeah, and they appear to be connected to some kind of tentacular spectacular that appears to be snaking often towards the horizon, but...
Can you feel them?
Sorry?
Can you feel them?
Do you reach out and touch them?
Yeah.
You're moving towards it. You're not like there right now, but if you're all sort of watching this, you will eventually move through them. And as you start to move through them, perhaps we'll come back on, join you all on deck, and we'll go, okay, so this is your first time doing this, so I'm going to be a little bit more, okay. Don't worry.
Happy.
Who's worried? It's incredible. Do you feel of anything?
Perhaps what's going to change before you get to it. Don't worry. They just want to be your friend. So let them.
Oh, so you can feel them?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, great.
As you start passing these large frondy things, they're so gossamer thin that it's almost like there's nothing there. If anything, there's a faint sort of pinky, yellowy glow that seems to suffuse the air as you pass through. And you can see the ship is generally like passing through them, and it looks like they've got no mass at all. Do you try and reach out and touch one? You said that Astel wanted to. As you run ahead.
Well, Book is going to watch what happens to Astel, but would be keen to do so as well.
So if you reach out and pass a hand, it's passing through bits of the ship already, like it's not there. You do feel a certain amount of there's something there. There's a certain amount of pressure to it, but it's nothing. It's light as air. Wow.
Can I ritual cast detect magic?
Sure. Nice. It takes 10 minutes, so this will all happen.
Yeah.
During all that, as you start passing into the fronds, you will all feel a sense of calm overriding your emotions a little bit.
Ooh. Interesting.
Does anyone else feel like not panicked for the first time in about 3 weeks?
Yes.
This is less panicky.
So you all accept it?
No.
I do.
Oh no, if that's a choice not to, absolutely not.
My book is going to.
Yeah.
Enjoying this.
So yeah, that's a yes, though.
Yeah.
Great. Cleo, Aslam. You will feel a certain amount of pressure but you will also feel this calmness that is trying to impose itself on you. With it comes a promise of safety, of comfort, of home. With it comes freedom from pain, freedom from fear. It's a very hard proposition to turn down.
Don't trust it. It must be a lie. It must want something.
Okay.
Nice. I'm a warlock. I've had a lot of promises. Yeah. Also, I feel I've already united myself to another one of these things. I could just imagine being like, oh, so you're two-timing me now. Okay.
Do you want to actively resist this, or do you want to ignore it?
Cleo will resist, I think, given how little she trusts anyone who goes, I'm a safe home.
Yeah. I'm not angrily resisting, but it's that sort of thing of going, no, thank you, I don't want this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Cleo's not, again, like Uhlen, not cross, but that kind of, well, this is obviously not true, so we're going to try and block that out.
Cool.
How you treat a charity mugger, basically. Thank you, no, thank you.
I'm sure what you're doing is great, but it's not for me.
Exactly.
The focus of the promises changes. It is less about if you accept this, you are becoming part of a greater whole or anything like that. What it starts offering you is more of a, you don't need to accept this fully, you just need to not push it away. I'm doing this to protect everyone, not just you. That vibe starts to flow through you as well. Think about collective good.
Oh, well, if it's for the collective good, then it doesn't matter if I don't want it. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Then that impassiveness is enough.
Yeah.
God damn it. Some squints and plants his boots and he's like, mentally he's like, I said no, and if I don't want that, I should have the right to say no. I appreciate what you're doing is very nice. Maybe I'll change my mind later, but if you're going to force joy on me, it's not what I want.
It would ruin Tom's roleplay.
Oh, everything's so lovely and great.
Interesting.
I might not be able to go into this town now.
The feeling you get isn't one of anger or frustration, it's one of confusion. They want to know what hurt you in the past.
Good luck.
Oh boy. Go on, Tom. Exposition time.
How long has it got?
My father was murdered in a maze. I've had a lot of people promise me a lot of things, and how can I say this nicely? I don't know you. I'll talk to you later. This isn't a complete no, but I don't want this, thank you.
You will get an offer of entry into the space. No pressure on you to make any choice beyond that point, but everything else is on offer if you wish for it. Because you're not coming to this from a place of anger. It's the most important thing.
Yeah. It's, as I said, it's the fact that it's that thing that people talked about, like in D&D, is like if you cast a spell that makes everyone good, you've taken away their free will. But that's good, because good is good. And you're like, no, you're mind-controlling people, but everyone doesn't commit crimes now, and that's good. And this is the same sort of like thing of like...
It's exactly that sort of thing, yes.
Yeah. Look, Uslam's going to do some crimes, so that's going to be a problem. Just walks in like, go steal this apple, nothing you can do.
Wow.
No. Yeah, no.
Does Uslam say I'm going to do some crimes in his head?
No, he wouldn't.
I feel.
Yeah.
Because he's got an idea of, again, when people are like, oh, this is for the greater good, and you would be a problem. So if I throw you off the side, then no one else gets corrupted. This is good.
That is not the impression you're getting from this. It is not the over-rhyming goodness that would mean the destruction of everything else. It's more of I don't understand why you don't want this, but that's okay. You're allowed to not want this. I just I want it to be on offer to you. So if you don't want it, that's okay. But it's right there if you do want it. And I make everyone happy. It's very weird to me you don't want to be happy.
I've already got a dream in my head. It tells me to go fuck myself, and that I can deal with. Uslam doesn't think that. Uslam's that's Tom, but Uslam's like, no, because I'm not going to give Bug up. No, okay, appreciated, thank you. Looking at my friends who look happy, I'm like, no, no, I refuse.
No, this is not what I want.
Right, Aster, Vuk, Etelus. This calm, warm feeling washes over you. It doesn't try and change your perception of the world around you, and it's not trying to overcome your own mind state or trying to break you or trying to make you pretend something's bad that isn't bad. It is just this general, pervasive feeling of calm, quiet, contemplative warmth. It will never force you to not be angry or upset. You can do whatever you want with them, but here you feel great here. Everything else is on top of that, regardless of how you want it to be. But that overriding feeling is there.
Crumbs. Book finds this very, very seductive.
Isn't it just?
Yeah.
Cleo, you will be aware that is there, but you don't reach out for it necessarily. You're aware that your friends feel good, and maybe that makes you feel good as well, in a smallish sort of way. But you're aware that you are slightly on the outside of this communal experience that you could join in, but you don't want to.
Oh, we're all getting high together.
Uslam,
I've got my hands like on the rails, like really intensely, like
I don't know how you've done this, Tom, but what you feel is that there's this lovely, warm, happy space and a certain sadness that you don't want to be there.
I might change my mind later. Okay. I've not fully rejected it. It's just...
No, it's not rejection, and they're not taking it as rejection. What they're taking it as is respecting your privacy and your boundaries and your space, but also, I have so much love to give, why don't you want it?
Wow! Like the 60s in a prom.
Yeah, basically. As you continue to fly forward, you will see up ahead that this frond, you can just about make out There are many of these now, all around you. The entire space seems to be suffused with it, to a point where it's quite hard almost to see through. There's almost like light shining out of it, like there's like sunlight glare from different spots around you. Through it, up ahead, you can just about make out an island, a floating island. All of these fronds appear to be coming from the bottom of this island. Like the island has sprouted all of these fronds that are floating out and around it. And as you move closer to it, you suddenly realize what you're seeing. The island is a donut, a torus. There are other islands floating off it that are attached to it, and the outside of it appears to be festooned with docks, cranes, you name it, like it is humongous. All the outside is working docks. It looks like there's plants, trees, small forests even, some very large, very ostentatious looking houses on top of the donut. And you probably the noise will start to reach you now, this hubbub of people talking, and you can't see inside the torus properly yet, so you can't see what's there yet. Mm-hmm. But what you can see is that sitting in the center of this torus with these frondy tentacles coming out of it is a gigantic glowing pink and yellow jellyfish. And that's where we'll go to break.
Oh, amazing. Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I will ask questions afterwards. Okay.
Welcome to Uhlen.
The happy jellyfish.
The happy jellyfish.
That's crazy.
Anyway, join us in 510, where we will spend more time with the happy jellyfish.
I hate it.
Pick up your gear and open your chest. Throw on your armor and head out on a quest. Hey, hey. It's a brand new day. On the Soul Coast, your allies will help with blades and bows and magic as well. Hey, hey. Heroes on their way. Fighting forever against overwhelming odds. Fighting together in favor of multiple gods. Idle champions of the forgotten realms. Idle champions, adventure never ends. Idle champions, get your wall and there. Idle champions, you will say it again. Idle champions.
We are delighted to be sponsored by HeroForge. HeroForge offers fully customizable tabletop minis with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. You can see all of the minis that we designed for this stream in the overlay, and they animate when we enter the combat, so look out for that. HeroForge are fantastic, so do check out the Pro membership where you can get premium access to features ahead of time, and beta access to things, and all sorts of cool stuff that just makes your life a lot easier. And you can check them out at heroforge.com.
We are delighted to be sponsored by Ultra Pro. They make accessories for D&D, Magic the Gathering, and more. My favourite part of the collection are their figurines of adorable power. Here is their gazer. They also make other things such as deck boxes if you play Magic the Gathering. You can find all of Ultra Pro stuff at ultrapro.com.
Hey friends, check out our new sponsor, Phoenix Dice, for a carefully curated menagerie of click-clack math rocks for your delectation. Check out their entire selection at phoenixdice.com, and just so you know, Phoenix Dice are all about living gloriously in the worlds of tabletop games and sustainably in this one, which means their dice are working to be recycled, their packaging is recycled, the dice are made of sustainable materials. It's all great stuff. You should definitely get involved. You can also join us today in chat with a chance to be in a raffle and win some Phoenix Dice of your own. Just put !dice into chat and you'll be in with a chance to win.
We are proud to be sponsored by Alchemy RPG. Reimagine your gaming experience with Alchemy. They're focused on creating immersive cinematic experiences everywhere you interact with tabletop role-playing games. Playing a game, creating a world, streaming, watching live games, discovering new content. Look at all the cool stuff that they are doing there. You can use environmental motion art, scene-based music, seamless character management to run your games over the internet, with upcoming features including homebrew content, streaming overlays, and spectator mode. So go and check out alchemyrpg.com.
We're delighted to be supported by Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a Dungeons & Dragons strategy video game that brings together D&D characters from novels, adventures, and multiple live streams into a single grand adventure. Select your heroes and formation and battle through waves of monsters for free on PC, phone, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. You can pop exclamation code into chat for a free Electrum test.
We're delighted to be supported by Neverwinter. In Neverwinter, explore and defend one of the most beautiful cities from Dungeons & Dragons' Forgotten Realms campaign setting as it rises from the ashes of destruction. Epic stories, action combat, and classic role-playing await those heroes courageous enough to enter the fantastic world of Neverwinter. Neverwinter is completely free to play, so set yourself up an account today and pop !NW gift into chat for a link to a free gift.
Check out our wonderful supporters Elderwood Academy, who make beautiful bespoke gaming-themed gear, including hex chest dice boxes, spellbook deck boxes disguised as bespoke ancient arcane tomes, and scroll and codex dice tower and rolling tray pairings. Make your own with their online designer at elderwoodacademy.com. And welcome back, everybody, to the happiest place on Ingelhearth.
I'm so happy.
Is there anything you would discuss as flying in, seeing this jellyfish in the middle of Taurus Island? That's Taurus is in a donut, not it's shaped like a bull. Just want to make that very clear.
Astel, are you going to want to go to this bibliothèque to meet lots of horrible wizards?
Not necessarily be horrible, but yes, I think that's a good idea.
I'm sorry, I didn't know your name was Astel.
I am so sorry.
You're not allowed to be unhappy. The jellyfish just starts laughing. No fighting.
The jellyfish will not slap you for being unhappy or fighting. It just wants to give everyone a sense of calm love. That's all they want. And beyond
I believe you.
I guess pretty much what Vuk said, yes.
As Asa just crosses out his arms like, fine, I guess Vuk's going to the bibliothèque now.
I didn't even need to go to the bibliothèque.
Out of the sky lands a pointy hat with stars on Vuk's head. Like, look at the wizard now.
Now I find out.
Oh, we are so fortunate to have explain what we want to us.
Absolutely.
I could mansplain.
Just roll in life, yeah. What do you like? I'm so sorry.
Anyway, yeah.
Thank you, Astel. Your voice was a lot deeper for a second. But
is that in your little book, Astel?
Hey, come on, play the fucking RPG.
We are.
You do note that Haps clearly looks very like there's just like a contented smile, like, and whereas Priff looks a little bit more like on edge. That's what you'll note as you approach. Karena will sort of pop out of a nearby bit of balustrade, frankly, and just go. I know we're doing this like it's a big group thing, but I guess we still want to go and see Groj, right? That's yeah. Cool. Okay. Cool. Floats away again.
Greta.
Yeah.
Do you also feel calm and nice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to be home.
Oh, this was home for you.
Just feels like home, you know?
Okay. Yeah. It does. It does feel like home.
Yeah. It's very nice, actually. It's sort of
I'm enjoying it, yes.
calming.
Haps will just look at all of you and go, it's just the best thing. It's just so nice to be back. And
I'm confused. Does it feel like home or does it feel like a nice, calming place?
Both.
Yeah.
Well, it just reminds me of home.
A little bit. Enough.
I think our homes are a little bit different to yours.
Yes, I should remember that more often. Sorry, if someone says to me it feels like home, I would immediately go, oh dear, and try and make it better.
You just get like, Priff will very gently put a hand on your shoulder and just give you a little squeeze, like, it's okay. It's all good, you're with friends.
Yeah.
Wow. Jesus, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it was Priff's mistake to put a hand on Cleo's shoulder after being told that people paid to touch Cleo, or were like it was like a religious thing.
It's a really good point.
Yeah, I did tell you all that she
I had forgotten that. So
does not get touched.
I will roleplay they had forgotten that. That's perfectly fine.
It cures scrofula, like it's the king's disease.
Cool. Right.
Do we need money? How does things work?
Well, every citizen of Uhlen, as in anyone who has a home here or registers as living here, gets a stipend. They can.
Universal basic income. This is why we play fantasy games.
You don't need to work if you don't want
You can
to.
just imagine it instead of have it in real life.
What you see because it's an amount of money being created enters the No economics. We'll get out of that. So it means everyone gets to do what they want or need to do. There is a lot of commerce on Uhlen. The markets take up the entire centre, but
Wait, do we get... So the water purifiers, do we get paid for... Well, I suppose if they have... Why do they need water purifiers?
I'm not sure.
To purify the water.
Feels like...
So sorry.
I mean, she's not wrong.
Yeah.
What happens is we get paid to deliver things, and we use that money to make the ship. The stipend wouldn't be enough to run the ship on. Like, it's to keep the ship running. Although with the captain now gone, a bit more complicated than that because we were splitting everything. So Groj is a broker. Groj works for one of the. I don't know which one. He'll work for various different merchant families. There are lots of big ones. They're part of the merchant collective. They run most of Uhlen. I should probably explain this. The merchant collective are in charge, but they don't enforce any major laws. It's all about who gets to put their shops where, basically. And the High Bailiff makes sure everything is looked after and maintained, and then you'll see bailiffs on the street who are making sure everyone's safe.
Mm-hmm.
And streets are tidy, that sort of thing.
Sounds very good. Very good.
Yeah.
So if no one has to work, who does all the work?
Well, the point is that if you have nothing, then the stipend gives you enough to live.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but if you the merchant houses are extremely wealthy, and they're the big houses on top. Those are their manor houses. Although most of them don't live there anymore. It's a bit gauche these days. But no, they've started taking up some of the old warehouses in the docks no one uses anymore, and have started doing what are called warehouse conversions. Very trendy at the moment. I've written out a historical basis for the city where some of the parts used to be rich, and then now they're the poorer bits, and the richer bits are elsewhere. It's all worked out. Because I'm a nerd.
Amen.
Yes, but well, I'll be going back to the Temple of Cold to check in and make sure that everything's all right in there. And I don't know, Griff, do you want you don't want to go back to the ossuary? No, I'm fine. but yeah, and then we'll see if we can see if either Groj or someone else has a some shipment they either want delivering or picking up or something like that, and then we'd go out again. But we don't. That's what we did under the captain. We don't have to keep doing that. And we said this would be a cooperative, so we can all, as a group,
Well, what are the other options?
Well, if we want to keep taking the ship out, and we normally go back and forth to, back to the sink, or we pick people up from the sink sometimes and bring them back here. That's not something we get paid for. It's just the church asks me to help out with that, so more often than not that we do quite a bit of that, and trading with Sevet was quite high on the list of places where you'd go to pick stuff up or drop stuff off, but obviously they're not around anymore, so yeah, it's going to be quite, I don't know yet. I don't know what the whole setup's going to be.
We did need to tell people that Darvax is now doing it.
If we want to be promoting that's a thing that we have a special deal or something like that, we could do that if we wanted a more permanent arrangement. If we usually freelancers, because that means we don't have to ally ourselves with any of the major merchant houses. But if we start offering product ourselves, then that means we have to go and get a license from the cooperative, and it's not really.
I just meant that aren't we supposed to tell people that Darvax has taken over from Sevet, so they're still doing the thing, but we can still go pick up stuff if they want it.
So you want to go and tell the merchant cooperative that's you want to go and tell them that's something that's now happened.
Do we have to tell important formal people, or just when we're meeting Gorge, could we ask them to just pass the word on? Because Darvax is nice, and so more people might go trade if they know that Sevet is dead, but Darvax is much nicer and in control now.
I mean, It depends what you want, really. I mean, that information has value. So if you tell Grudge that, Grudge can go and trade off the back of that value and say that he has the special connection to us and with all that sort of thing. Like, it's mercantile trading is a lot of this. I mean, honestly, the captain did all of that. I'm really just here to make sure that if we fight anybody, they don't come back to bother us, which I clearly failed at completely this time around. But you see my point.
If you could do anything in the world with a skyship, what would you do?
Griff will look around all of you and look back at Hats, who they've not spoken to us about yet, and go, well, you mentioned leaving here. I would love to help out with that. What? Sorry, I must have missed something. You want to leave? That's a... Or you want to go? You want to try and find a way home?
Yes.
All right.
Yes. That's what we were working towards.
Happily help you do that.
Oh, great! Thank you.
Quick glance at Pref. Back in. Well, I mean, hopefully, sort of. We found out more people know about gate crashes, so obviously they're making. Also, the fact that it was discussed in plural, so there's obviously a good number, and hopefully.
It sounds like there's an understanding that there's more than one, and they're these strange mystical entities that turn up and have powers like gods. So that yeah, I mean, will do.
So the fact that they've turned up and then haven't necessarily been seen again, then maybe they do definitely can get out.
I don't know. I don't know.
If we can find a way to charge the key, we might be able to use it.
That seems our best bet.
But who's going to use it? Will they end up like Keek?
Well, maybe. Or maybe we can be better than Keek.
Well, I can offer... Okay. My suggestion would be that we talk to the High Priest. I know them. They've been around for a bit. They were around before all of this happened, so they've got a bit of knowledge that might be useful. So I can...
Perhaps. Were you around before all of this happened?
Oh, no.
So you worship a god you've never interacted with?
I wouldn't say it was usual to interact with gods. Where you're from, you can interact with your gods directly.
Yeah, like high-level clerics and paladins and stuff.
Oh my.
They talk to... I mean, my one's literally an angel, so,
Oh, sometimes I feel out of my depth in our conversations, and this is one of them. No, I worship... My worship of God gives me abilities that I can use, but that's on the understanding that Cole's going to return someday, and of course he will. And that wizard was completely off, by the way. Cole's definitely still around.
Sure.
We've got various theories about why. I don't need to proselytize. That's fair.
Well, I mean that's fair because, like, if Cole wasn't around, how would you have powers?
Yeah. That's yeah.
And also, the wizard was completely wrong about the gate crashes, so probably completely wrong about lots of other things too.
You're right. It's not what I was thinking. Yeah.
And they thought that the only information was in books, oral tradition. There's so many other ways of finding things out. Yeah, they're well, I'm sure. Well, Astle House is going to be of use, but yeah, put them out.
Books are not my favourite.
Sorry,
they can't even make their own tower. Right. Well, I propose we go and talk to the High Priest, because they've got loads of knowledge. They'll be able to help. And look, I don't want to tell you what to do, but you could speak to the people at the bibliothèque if you wanted to, and maybe they've got some information. But I wouldn't trust any of it. And wizards. Sorry, Astle. It's just
hands coming up.
I want to find out about dragons in a way that won't make people come after me with pitchforks. Is there anywhere here that would be a good place to do that?
The bibliothèque. Why would...
But the wizards were so silly.
Well, agreed, but that's what the information's going to be. Pitchforks, did you say?
It's a figure of speech.
I think that Cleo is, not to speak for you, Cleo, but I think the concern there is that Cleo's interested in something that people here are generally quite scared of. So yes. Look, I don't want to leave avenues untouched if they're possible. I can go to the ossuary. I can speak to the elder. I've not been back in a while, but I'm still allowed in. They just don't like me very much.
Like something you really don't want to do?
If the knowledge is there, it is worth it.
But that's just to help me. That's not worth you doing something to make you sad.
They may know about these keys as well. It's not something we've ever talked about, but look, the Deathbringers are quite a powerful organisation with a lot of contacts, information. They know a lot about a lot of things, and if there's something there that we can use, then...
Can we do that without letting on that we have a key?
I did notice that you hadn't mentioned that you had a key to the wizard. That one made sense to me. But do you in general not want people to know?
Right. If you were desperate to leave, to go anywhere else, and you heard that there was this group of, kids wandering around with something that potentially has the power to make it possible to leave, wouldn't you just go jump the kids and try and steal the thing? Or worst case scenario, kill the kids and steal the thing?
I suppose it's yeah, I can see that.
Or to just go, oh, you are silly little kids who couldn't handle it. We'll take care of it because we're adults. Yeah, but I suppose the less of a target we get on our backs, the better, really. But, I mean, Astel's a safe pair of hands.
Am I? That's really nice. Thanks, Uslam.
Little head nod and a thumbs up.
I don't lie to the High Priest on principle, but I'd be very happy to...
just not mention it?
Yeah.
Exactly. To, avoid the topic. And if the topic does come up, find ways to avoid that topic even further.
Or you could say, I have an agreement with friends that I would be breaking by saying what you have asked me.
Isn't that the same as saying yes, though?
That make me a target as well.
The fact that you could say that my friends arrived on a device that was powered by a silver key, that's true, that's not a lie. And they might go, oh yes, like the gate crashes, that's a da-da-da-da. Or they may go, we've never heard of that. It's not...
All right.
But, I mean, won't people then be like, what happened to the key?
Well, the person who was using the key died in a fiery inferno. None of us knew what the key was.
And Vuk died. That was a major concern, We were more worried about the loss of our new friend than what happened to the
We can state a lot of true things.
Exactly.
I do have another option.
Like government.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am fairly au fait with one of the large merchant houses. Now, obviously, they are extremely well connected because they know everybody. It's their job. There is someone, as in the person in charge, I'm quite close with her, who has no interest in leaving. If you see what I mean, it would not behoove her at all to depart from anything like this. Is too valuable to her. If I mention to her that you want to keep it a secret, but you have one of these and you wish to go home, she might see the profit in turning you over or trying to steal it from you, but I really don't think that she would. She's a friend, and I'm close enough to her to ask her a favor.
But if she's part of a merchant house, she may not want to leave, but it's a ship in her arsenal.
I'm sure that she would use the information in ways that would help her do things she needed to do, but I trust her not to do it in ways that would harm me or anyone I care about.
Are you in love with her?
What? No.
Is she your sister?
No, what? No.
Those are the two options, I'm afraid.
Just if you're in love with someone, it can make you a little bit blind to them being backstabby traitors.
Sorry, I think Atlas will lean over and say, I think Cap is in love with Karina. Really quietly.
No. Sorry, I should have... This is an old friend. We've travelled together. I used to work for her, and we've been close for a long time. It's not romantic. No, I'm pretty definitively not her type.
She doesn't like herons. Sorry.
Wait, wow.
Wow.
I think I've lost track of who is talking.
Oh, so this is Briff.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Perhaps I might be her type. I'm going to try.
Haps just doesn't really. Haps is sort of sitting there. Haps is idly like watching Uhlen approach, and you can tell Haps is kind of like, yes, drawing all this stuff from the spirits like this is so nice. Taking a moment out for themselves. Didn't hear your sotto voce side.
Oh, okay.
Karina might have though. You don't know.
I was whispering.
Yeah.
She listens to everything. We know that.
Karina knows everything.
Well, I mean, if Karina knows everything and hasn't chosen to act on it, that is on Karina.
Maybe Karina's afraid.
Karina's choice.
Oh no!
I said it's Karina's choice.
Yeah, correct. Yes, so that's a potentially fourth option now.
Wow.
How about we just see how the first day goes? We have an explore, we meet some people, and then once we've had a bit of time to sort of settle into the city, we can then decide who we're going to trust with our biggest secret.
Or if we trust anyone.
Yeah.
Fair.
It would be nice to see the city first. Do we have lodgings on the city, or we?
No.
Do we sleep in the ship? I mean, I'm fine with sleeping in the ship.
Me too.
You're welcome to if you want to. There are numerous guest houses in the inner ring that are...
Steady.
Good lord. The inner ring, that's enough?
Phil?
Wow.
We both went there.
In a ring full of jellyfish?
Unbelievable.
But we don't have any money.
Quite a few of them offer free lodgings. You can pay for nicer lodgings if that's what you want, but it's part of Uhlen's pledge to give back. So,
I like this place. If we ever get home, we should give some recommendations.
Well, yes.
I will say the docks can be a little bit dicey, but generally speaking, it is very safe and very pleasant.
That's just every town. Docks are where transient people come and go, and it's easier to do crimes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's just the truth.
Just the absolute matter of fact. Read from a slightly conservative textbook. It was great.
They all have stripy shirts and little hats, and they flick coins. It's terrible.
Absolutely.
It's just where transient people come and go, and we'll do crimes. Next
Lovely
question.
crimes.
I don't know.
Not all.
I didn't
to do
say
crimes.
that the transient people did crimes. I said it's easier to do crimes. It's probably actually your very wealthy merchants pinning crimes on the transient people.
Almost certainly. It was just beautifully deadpan.
Yes, there is.
Wow. We really do live in modern Britain. Good.
I held myself back earlier from asking if they tossed all the billionaires off the side a while ago. So,
Well done. Impressive.
No, those are the merchants. They're running the place.
Yeah.
There's time. There's time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on just
That
a
would
second.
be a very calm thing to do.
Are we all surprised that the capitalists run a capitalist utopia where they give everyone free money to buy shit? Are we surprised about this? Okay.
Bill, if you had to have capitalism, I'd take a capitalist utopia over a capitalist what we have any day.
Oh, totally.
Dystopia?
Kind of these days.
Hypocrisy.
As the ship approaches and as you're moving towards these docks, you can see there are hundreds of docks around the side. A few of them clearly are no longer working docks. Like some of them clearly have what looks like the beginnings of like accommodation space and like people converting them into houses. There's also quite a few floating rocks around the outside that are connected to the massif, the torus of the entire thing. Quite a few of them appear to be connected by, as you've seen before, chains. Some of them appear to have sort of walkways with like girders underneath holding them together, strung between them. So there's a sense of this, it is ever expanding. The dock you are approaching is sort of wedged in between a couple of others. There's one above it, one below it. It looks a little bit shabby chic, but it is a sort of couple of different cranes out, and the Euryctes can settle in to the dock quite easily. And you will note as it settles in that there is a strange sort of like a sort of wooden cradle that the ship can move towards and settle in, and as it does, you can feel the ship powers down to like minimal power usage. Like the weight of the entire ship doesn't like crush down on the cockpit and crush it beneath the ship, but like clearly this is designed to mean that airships that run on the Citica can just settle here for as long as necessary. And the gangway is extended, and you can all leave if you so desire. Stepping out from a largish warehouse that seems to be built into the side of this space, there are walkways that sort of surround it, so you're not going to fall off to your death immediately. But these walkways, there appear to be hundreds. It looks like an absolute warren of walkways, although they do seem to sort of coalesce into bigger and bigger and bigger ones over time. And you can see that there are a couple of spaces where the walkways seem to go inside the torus, but you can't get a good enough view of all of that yet because all you can see are these walkways.
I assume we didn't see any like deathless looking ships. These all seem to be trading. Look, there isn't like a giant 4 mile belching. We're like, oh good, they're here.
I would say of the ships that you can see in this area around here, it looks to be a complete mishmash. You see ship types you've not seen before. You see it is a riot of colour and noise as people moving in and out of all of these docks pretty much semi-constantly. There's a huge number of people as well, and varying different species. You do note, as you've already probably seen from some of the people you've already met, we're not talking gnomes, dwarves, elves, nothing like that. Most people here appear to be varying degrees of humanoid with animal elements that become more and more pronounced. You don't know why. Some appear to be very pronounced, some appear to be ever so slightly pronounced. You do note a lot of people, like Astel, glow. Ooh. About 1 in every 20 or so.
Wow.
And they look to be the most humanoid.
Is that what I look like?
Which one? That one? I mean, the glow's similar, but
it's really eerie.
Isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, they don't have cool cats, though. Hey, Sam,
exactly. Very true.
It's been here the whole time.
Yeah. Hey, Sam, did you connect with the magical jellyfish?
I did.
I can't understand you.
I mean, he's the calmest he's ever been.
Sort of slightly blissed out cat, just
Not seen him like this since he got into the cupboard that had the catnip in it and just went to town.
Lost track of hours, days, months. Anyway, yes. Out of this warehouse at the back, you can see a figure stepping forward. They look to be quite tall and broad. Big sort of squared off head almost, on quite a squared off torso. Someone who clearly lifts, bruh. And nice. As they walk forward, you can see that they have a slightly ursine, like bear-like look to them. They're slightly snouty, big bristly beard, and the hair sort of goes down towards the neck and then clearly doesn't stop and keeps going, but like a rug. And he will walk out and step up to the gangplank and, all right then, where's Aunt Aries?
She died.
Oh, yes, it was just a great tragedy.
In it was sort of one of the more permanent, not on the,
pirate threw her.
Desperate.
Off a cliff.
Shame.
With a new crew, by the way.
We didn't kill her.
No.
Oh.
Why would you say that? Now he thinks we did kill her.
Prif and Haps have walked down the gangplank as well. Behind you can see Prif just Gesturing at
Get out the way.
Don't point your breath like it.
It's fine, Grudge. It is. They're correct. That's what happened. Oh. Well, that's sad.
Yeah.
It was pretty traumatizing at the time.
Yeah.
Difficult.
Have you still got the shipment?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Good. Well, then let's sort that out. And what are you going to do? That's we're working that out right now. Great. Well, you can keep her here as long as you need to. It's fine.
Great. Thank you.
Just whenever you're ready, I'll try and find us another shipment, I suppose.
Great.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm Grudge, by the way.
Uslam Din. That's me.
Astor?
Hey. Hello. Yeah, good. Fine. Good.
We do know the people who are now in charge of the place where all the ships crash. So if you do want us to go back there and get you things, we could do that.
What do you mean? What's up with Sevet?
He's also dead.
Yeah.
There's been a power.
That one was us. We did kill some.
No. Well, it could have been just a bit. Not
No, it was, remember?
things.
We-
No, true. It's good. Yeah, very
we
good
hit
point.
him.
I love how we were like, we weren't sure if we were going to tell everyone that Sevet was dead because that was giving someone else a lot of power. And then we're just like, yeah, just tell everyone.
It's really funny. I'm enjoying it a lot.
It was a kill or be killed situation.
Yes.
He was trying to kill Asta. So yes, Darvax. Darvax is now in charge.
What's a Darvax?
Skeleton.
There's a new.
The Deathless are now in control of it. What?
Oh no, Darvax is not the Deathless.
Even feathers.
Oh.
Just a skeleton with a big beard of feathers.
Really long fingers.
Interested that you noticed that, Cleo.
He's a nice guy. Despite the long fingers.
Look down at the claws, look back again.
Right. Okay. Thank you for letting me know.
Trade routes still open. That hasn't changed. They're still interested in trading. So
is this Darvax going to keep trading with the Deathless as well?
That is a interesting question.
Right, you should probably go and talk to the cooperative. You've got more info than I have, and they'll have all these questions.
Sure.
Do you know where you're staying, Griff? Do you know where you and this lot are staying? We'll probably find them. So cool. Let me know, and then I'll arrange a meeting. Yeah.
Cool. Is continuing with the Deathless going to be an issue?
Not for me, but for some, yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay.
I'm not sure they're going to have a lot of choice. Like the Deathless are a bit terrifying.
Yeah, tell me about it. Right. Okay. Well, unless you don't want to talk to the cooperative.
Well, the thing is that I don't know that we in particular have a lot to say about who they trade with. It's just that.
Oh, you're not reps.
We kind.
Yes. Okay. We Darvax to talk to us, so we will.
We just know Darvax, and we have a decent working relationship with Darvax. So
you are reps.
Yes. Yeah. We're reps. Yeah. We're repping.
Let's say that.
We're
Some
repping
pins on a
Darvax.
Right. Well, that's easy. Okay. I'll go arrange.
Sorry. Who's the cooperative?
Merchant. They run the whole place.
Do we have to wear anything in particular?
No.
Good. Okay. It's worth checking.
No, I agree. Yeah. You want to make the right impression if you're selling. Yeah, get it.
What kind of things might they want us to sell to them?
Well, what Darvax is offering, I don't know.
Well, whatever crashes there.
Scrap, mostly.
You just want to let them know about change of ownership, yeah?
Good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. All right. Well, that's easy enough. Yeah.
I mean, okay.
Cool.
Is that not what you want? I'm a bit confused.
Yes, that's what we want.
That's what we want. Esselus has no idea what we want. It's very confused.
Okay. I'll arrange for you lot to do a formal introduction so that that's all done, and then if you don't want to keep the trade, or if you're here to let people know and then you're not doing any of the trading, that's fine. It's as long as you're like, okay.
Well, we might trade, or we might go on an adventure, and we haven't decided yet. We might trade as part of our adventure.
Grudge is going to look over all of your heads, which is not hard, because Grudge is huge, at Griff with a raised eyebrow, like, what the fuck is this? Like, who are these kids? What are you talking about?
We really know what we're doing.
And Griff will just gently say, I think it's probably best if everyone gets a rest and anew to Uhlen, so they'll probably want to take a look around. But if you want to arrange it for tomorrow, then we can get right on that. If you think that's best, yeah, great, awesome, fantastic. Welcome. Head down the walkway there, and you can get to the. Damn it! This is Chris not remembering a word. Thank you. You can get to the underpasses, and then you can get straight into the centre. Yeah. Welcome.
Great.
Thank you.
Not that I'm the welcoming committee or anything, but
we appreciate it. No.
Cool. Right then, I'll go get the purifiers and starts going up the gangplank with a kind of like, I don't really know what this is. I'm going to go.
you think we know what's going on?
But that's the thing. I like this idea. We just confused him utterly.
We've accidentally started a business. We're like, oh no,
I think we've also managed to confuse ourselves.
Yeah.
Going well.
As Grudge walks up the gangplank, hi Corona, hello. You will get Brit from going, I don't know if that's what you wanted at all, but well, it's done now.
Yes.
We have no idea what we want.
I don't want to talk for you.
You could do that.
The whole point was that we all have a say on the ship. So you could talk for us. Well, you know this place better than we do, so maybe.
I mean, it's not like I'm totally over. The captain did all of this stuff. It's not really my bag either.
Oh.
Look, it's possible that we're victims of our own success to a certain extent, and that's fine. Let's just go and do the things we want to do, and if we get messages summoning us, then we do that. That's fine too. I just want to go back to the temple, if that's all right with everybody. I feel like I need to check in. Okay. Do you want to come along and meet the high priest and ask you questions, or do you want to do that another day?
Are we all going together? Because if we're splitting up, I want to go see the Aussie thingy with Prif. But if we're all going together, then it makes sense to go with Hapt.
Oh, I want to see the Aussie thingy, and I also want to go to the bibliothèque. And I'm very keen not to go to a temple. I'm sure it's lovely, but there might be singing.
Oh, there's definitely singing.
Nope. I'm out.
Done. Nope.
Are you just against the whole concept of singing, or just early?
If you lived your entire life being woken up by singing every single morning at 5 a.m. when the sun rises, every single morning, you would be over the singing as well.
I mean, I got woke up by birds, which is kind of singing, but yeah, no, fair, no.
It's true. Your idyll was truly remarkable.
Again, if I was Atlas and birds just go, I'm awake, I'm alive.
It's not what birds say.
Has no idea what you're talking about. They don't sleep that much.
No,
of course, they're like bright and early all the time.
Birdsong, I believe, would mostly be a lot about how amazing they are and you should sleep with me and not anyone else. But yeah.
Oh no, that's only certain times. You know? And usually it's only the like really fancy looking birds.
Do you mean the bird's song is mostly "Go away, go away"?
I'm big and scary.
Anyway, in which case, both Prif and I think both Prif and Hats will both give you all like sort of gentle looks and go, Why don't we go and find you somewhere to stay, and you can explore a little bit and have a nice, quiet late afternoon, early evening, and then tomorrow we can do things step by step. I would also like to point out that if you want to come with me to the Ossuary, I would respect that, but I don't think it's a particularly good idea. They're not the nicest people, and I think it's something I should do, not to put you all under any kind of threat, especially Vuk.
Okay. But you don't want to go, and you're only going to help us, so it doesn't seem fair that you have to go on your own.
I also want what you want.
Okay.
We're all working towards the same thing. Great.
Apart from me, but I'm happy to do it.
Well, fine.
Does Karena have family that we need to notify that she's here so they can go and talk to her, or?
Points at Proj.
Sorry, Pron?
Oh, that's Grudge.
Grudge, sorry.
Points at Prawn. She's standing there going, "Hi, it's me, Prawn." I'm part prawn. Strong opening sage, Miss Prawn. I'm part butterfly. It's fun to share.
Points at Grudge, I'm sorry, who is walking down the gangplank with a crate.
Oh.
And with words now?
Oh, they're Grudge is Karena's older brother.
Were there similarities that we missed?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I should probably just make that clear. Just because you look like a certain kind of animal doesn't mean that your kids or siblings look anything like that kind of animal as well.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Does Antares have family here that we should tell that she's very dead?
Oh, crap, I didn't think of that. Guess someone better tell her husband.
Should we deliver the...
It's all right. This is something I'm very used to doing as a priest, so I can go tell him. It's fine.
Very well.
Does he own the ship now?
I don't think they had a financial arrangement like that. I don't think it goes to the partner anyway.
I was going to say, do you have a concept of like inheritance? If no one's dying, then does it just stay?
Oh, that's a point.
What's inheritance?
Like when you...
yeah.
When you get stuff after the parents have passed on.
Yeah.
Like when someone dies, they leave you their stuff. Like you could be like, oh, I have this beautiful wristwatch that I want you to...
keep after I'm gone.
Yeah.
Like my hammer.
Yes, an heirloom.
Didn't you just steal that?
Yes, but it...
Sometimes inheritance can be theft as well.
Yes, so I may have broken the pattern a little bit, but until I stole it, it was when my, great grandparent died. It then got passed down to their oldest child, and then got passed down to their oldest child. It's the stuff you have that gets passed on when you die.
Oh, some of the merchants have a kind of, it belongs to our family, but that's a business that happens to be run by a family. Like they own it. No, if you people don't really die. First problem.
Yes.
But also, if you die and there's other people around who need your things, then they take your things so it helps them survive. We don't have a lot of things.
Do you have a lot of people? Are you starting to have problems with overpopulation?
Well, look around you. There's like the city keeps expanding because it has to. Where's everyone going to go?
Yes.
And second thought, if the bodies aren't going back into the ground, how are all your crops fertilized?
Well, we don't have crops here. We trade. That's why the markets are here. They kept the top side green because they wanted to use it for farming, but they didn't need to because people wanted to come here and trade. And because Uhlen keeps you very safe in a place which isn't really safe.
What? So nothing gets grown here either.
Well, there's people have plants and trees, and some of the manor gardens are very pretty and have nice things growing up there too. Do
they have massive lawns as well?
Oh yeah, the old properties, but most of them they don't stay there anymore because it was so like they're mostly art galleries and museums now.
don't wish to alarm you, but if you don't have a regular soil cycle, it will eventually lose all of its nutrition and no one will be able to grow anything anywhere.
They both look at you somewhat perplexed, like, very out of our field of knowledge.
Where is this gregarian?
We tried to do some growing back on the sink and, seeds.
I mean, we're only 50 years out from a crisis where nearly everyone died, so I don't think anyone's thinking that heavily about agrarian policy. I'm going to say yet.
I'm just
It seems short-sighted.
Like, you have to think about this stuff now, because otherwise in 50 years' time your children will be looking back at you and going, what the fuck were you doing?
Well, I think the point is it's not the children, it's literally everyone going, oh shit, we should have thought about this.
You're like literally screwing yourselves over.
It depends, because we don't know, do we? If we know that people aren't being fertilizer, we don't know yet, do we, what happens to dead animals and dead plants? If they all walk around as zombie cats and ghost trees, then yeah, there's no fertilizer. But if all the animals just carry on dying and all the plants have a usual life cycle, it's fine.
Never consider the ghost trees.
Ecology, I mean, it's really scary.
I mean, we've not seen any ghost trees. So.
A shame, actually, because ghost tree sounds really fun.
Little branching.
So, wait, so nothing dies? No one, or just nothing?
People don't. I mean, like, I've not tried to murder a cat recently, but
please do not murder my cat.
They don't have cats here. Sorry,
A squirrel.
I've not tried to murder.
Throw them off something.
I've not tried to murder a small animal recently. I mean,
good. Does that mean that the I don't know what those creatures were, but they won't be dead.
What? I mean,
this is more of a question to everybody else because they
still don't die.
Oh,
okay.
I mean, they have to. Sometimes they do because they don't come back into their bodies. Like, not everyone just comes back into their body immediately, and that's that. Like, it's still a choice.
Which would suggest that small animals have souls, which is a real question for people back home.
Mm-hmm.
We would probably stop worrying about the agricultural crisis just right this second. I think you're right, Cleo. It's probably
Maybe
fine.
we shouldn't be.
I don't know what to tell you, folks. They haven't considered the agricultural crisis.
They didn't consider the overpopulation crisis. I mean,
really short-sighted.
I'm just wondering. You might have told us already, but was this the case before the apocalypse that no one died?
No.
So it's pretty new.
Oh yes,
50 years. Yeah.
So why is Hat being like, oh yes, it's all Cole's plan?
Religion?
Because death is important.
But no one dies.
Oh no! Now it's fucked up. Haps fully believes that now things are fucked up because nobody dies. It's bad.
The psychopomp's gone. There's no one to take anyone to the next world. That's part of the issue.
Okay, but then why does Hap hate Priff when clearly Priff was doing the thing?
They're exes. We don't know.
They're not exes.
Look, everyone's in a romantic relationship or siblings. Those are the choices we have.
For clarity, Lola, if you need it, Deathbringers, you don't know a lot about it yet, but from what you've gleaned from how other people have treated or looked around Priff, there's a social problem with Deathbringers that hasn't been fully elucidated yet. That isn't necessarily to do with they kill things. It's they might not necessarily kill things in a particularly great way.
Being a traffic warden, it's not that we wildly object to what you do, just no one really wants to talk to you at all.
Go away.
Like a person who gives out car parking tickets, yeah, like...
Like, you've been here too long, so go. You've overstayed your welcome.
Yeah, it's a fine. The fine is death.
Over you go.
Do you want to walk down the passage where the walkways join up with the other walkways and eventually reach what was termed the underpass?
Were we not doing that as we had this conversation?
Sure.
Otherwise, just standing around for hours.
Just standing there on the dock going, existential crisis A.
Sorry.
comes off of a box. We're like, so how do plants work? Like, why would what?
I mean, it is a fascinating
which we will bring up when we go talk to the Merchant Guild or something. We're like, so
have you considered?
Do you get in ahead of this? That's the way forward.
As you head across the various walkways, these are all wooden walkways. There's some metal in places, but you can tell that most of the stuff here is made of wood. They seem to have wood as a relatively abundant resource. As the walkways connect up with other walkways, you realize it's like smaller side streets joining up with larger streets to form like walkways. They curve up, they curve down, they'll zigzag back and forth occasionally. It is a warren. Like, only Esselus at a pinch might be able to track your way back to the dock you were just at. It is an absolute mess around this space because it's all been made clearly whenever one was needed and has been stuck in wherever there was space. And it is you see tons of different kinds of ships that seem to work in a myriad different ways. It's pretty overwhelming. Also, the number of people, this is more people than you've seen in, what is it now, 2 weeks?
Yeah, of course.
Those of you who have been to Waterdeep or Baldur's Gate or somewhere like that, it is a similar number of people. It is just vast numbers of people moving around this space. The walkways start to get a bit more crowded. As they do, they start to get a bit wider as well. You note that there's clearly been some understanding of, well, there's more people here now. Walkways appear to have been in some places artificially extended out to make sure that there's enough space for everybody to make them safe. And also, as you get to more populous areas, balustrades are very, very common. So you don't see people falling to their deaths every 30 seconds. Quite a few people fly, not all, probably about 1 in 10. So you will see people using just jumping off the side and flying around and taking a shortcut, if you will, because it's definitely, the ability to fly is a definite shortcut in this space. Just pointed out to everybody. It is currently, the time is sort of late afternoon as you arrived, and as it starts getting a bit darker, you will note that there are sort of solid bars. Look, they're part of the building construction in places, and some are formed into sort of little designs and little logos and things like that will start to light up, neon tubes. They have various bright colors that glow out of them at various points as well, and they start to make up part of the lighting of the space as well, although there are lanterns hanging at various points too. So there's a nice mixture of that sort of warm lantern light and this sort of strange pinky yellow glow from Uhlen. It's not as bright as the sun. It's like it's about as bright as a full moon would be. So you see, you can see the extent of these frondy tentacles just expanding out underneath you as you walk around and see how, it probably extends a good, 5 miles diameter. It's huge, but the torus itself is not humongous. As these walkways all coalesce, you can see that there's this sort of quite large wooden platform. It's also a dock. There is a very large ship, not as big as the Thanatos, which you saw back in the sink, but there's a very large, what looks like a cargo ship that is unloading stuff onto a wooden and steel reinforced platform, in front of which is a tunnel that appears to go inside this donut shape. The tunnel is very large, and the stuff being offloaded here is being offloaded and taken straight in. This is clearly the main thoroughfare for big scale cargo that's been massively organized. You'll start to see more logos. Some of the ones in the glowing lights, some of the ones on various boxes and crates and things. If you are interested, you probably count about 12 different logos. There are more. Sorry.
Do we see the same one that we saw on the...
You do, yes. You do see the same one that you saw earlier. It appears to be on the most, and the name on it was, just a reminder to myself, Devanine. That is the most common one. You see that most often as you go around looking at these. There are occasionally logos that you don't recognize, that you see fewer of, or every now and again. If you wanted to count in total, it's probably more like 50, 100, 150. But you do note that there are about 12 that turn up more often than others. There's lots and lots of beasts of burden, that sort of thing, on this main thoroughfare that appear to be there for people to put things onto boxes and will then take things through the underpass. You don't recognize the beasts of burden at all. Some have 6 legs, some have 2, some have a more bird-like look, some have a more animalistic look, long snout, that sort of thing. But they're alien to you. You don't see like, oh, a horse. Like, no.
Yeah. Nothing you've seen. Yeah.
Exactly. As you head down and as you reach this large dock leading onto this big open tunnel, the tunnel is so high and so wide that it feels like a... best impression I can give of this. The arches, it would take like 6, 7 of Vuk standing on top of his own shoulders at the middle of the arch to cover the whole thing. It's gigantic. And the crowd moving through it are clearly mostly moving through and in. And very few people are trying to stay out here in the dog space. That's not what they're here for. Inside the tunnel, you do see occasional small arches and side tunnels that clearly lead to some sort of steps or that sort of thing. But most people are heading straight down the thoroughfare. There's more of these glowing lights and big lanterns with a sort of purplish green color scheme. That swings slightly in the constant breeze outside here, that light up this tunnel quite well. This is an underpass. And you can join the crowd of people heading through the underpass, making their way into the centre. You're probably having this long, very complicated existential discussion while observing all of this, because there's quite a lot going on.
Yes, absolutely.
Looking into the mouth of the tunnel, you can already see the end of it. The torus is wide, but it's not so wide as you can't see the end of the tunnel at one end of it. So it's probably about... putting a number on it's tricky. I don't know. 500 feet, a bit more? 600 feet long?
Okay, yeah. Makes sense.
And people around you are clearly excited to be here. There's lots of the people... It's quite loud. They're very noisy, quite smelly as well. There's lots of it's just there's humans, not humans. They're none of a human. Humanoids, like noise, smell, sound.
Yeah.
And you can see and smell and hear that up ahead it gets noisier, and you're moving like deeper and deeper into this like loud space. And everyone appears to be having a good time. Even those of you with high passive perceptions, everyone appears to be quite happy and quite. Blissed out a little bit. There's not a lot of like people just walking in a trance like this is amazing.
No. But I mean, as in, yeah.
People are as you would potentially not expect from a space this busy. There's less angry shouting, you stepped on my foot kind of stuff. Like there's none of that. It appears to be quite a happy space.
Cool.
I'm assuming you would all not turn off onto the little side arch or anything like that. You just keep going straight through.
Well, yeah, I think just being overawed by the not majesty, but as in like that this is like you say, because we haven't seen anybody for 2 weeks. I think there would be a case for just getting swept along in the tide. I reckon.
Okay. Just gonna roll a thing.
Ooh. Okay.
Ooh. What are our passive perceptions as a party? Vux is quite high. Etelus's is relatively high.
Bad.
14.
Yep.
15.
14, yeah.
Oh, 15 is Etelus's, good.
Yeah.
Etelus, you would notice it first. People have started to notice Vuk's armour.
Ooh.
How well it's painted.
Oh, yes, bright pink.
It's not
but still.
With leaves and flowers and everything.
I did want pink. I thought pink was a good idea.
No,
it is
I think there's like a splash of pink on your back.
It's got pinks and purples and greens and blues and sparkly.
Yeah, drew you a tree.
Had the pink smiling flowers on your thighs, but you don't know.
And no penises. Absolutely none.
Yeah, that might be up by the shore. Yeah. But you've got leaves like curling and trees and vines curling up your legs.
Amazing.
No one's going to do anything or say anything too forward or abrupt, but there are sort of mutters and looks and a kind of like, what is this? Like a sense of like, should we be concerned? No, it's probably fine.
Unwelcomeness.
Yes, slight sense of unwelcomeness.
Right.
I'm not going to say anything to Vuk.
Is he the only person who looks dead?
No.
Right.
Oh,
you see a great many people who are clearly not alive. Like, not like arms over there. Like, more just like the sallow look you've seen before that Vuk had originally. In some cases, we are talking like quite bad wounds that they just seem to walk through and like, yes, half my face is here. Like, it's not quite that bad, but you know what I mean. Like a very bad wound that's been clamped shut and hasn't healed properly, and that's just where they are now. That sort of thing. There are clearly dead people. You see some ghosts too. Very few, but some.
Nice.
But yeah, there are people. There are dead people moving through it. No, it's the armor. The armor's drawing the attention, not the deadness. Deadity, state of deadness, undeath.
Deadity, I like it.
Eslis, if you notice this, you will catch Prif's eye, who is also noticing this, and is going to step up next to Vuk, is going to sort of, in a very subtle way, put a hand on their pin, on their lapel, the quite large skull, and will gently put a hand on Vuk's shoulder.
Yeah,
a way up it is.
6'6", yeah.
Yeah, Chris quite tall. We'll put a hand on Vuk's shoulder, and you will notice immediately that for some of the people around who are a bit like, what is this? What's going on? All of that just like, oh, it's fine. Goes.
Okay.
Immediately.
Okay.
Is it on Vuk's shoulder in like a this person's under my protection kind of way, or in a like he's under arrest? Like, what's the vibe Prif is giving?
Ooh.
I'm aware Cleo probably doesn't see, just I am curious.
Yeah. You know, if you were looking for one, you'd probably see it.
Nice, okay.
If you're looking for other, you'd probably see it too.
Fair enough. In which case, would I need to roll an insight check to figure out that this was happening?
If there was a hand on their shoulder, on your shoulder, you might be a bit confused. Yeah, go for it.
I think that would be the. Hang on. Natural 1, which is still a 7, but I think I just don't realise what's going on. What were you doing? Unfortunately.
People are concerned about the armor. It's fine. Just making sure they don't bother us.
Oh, I see. Yep, that's fine. That will be then very apologetic, like yep, and try and be slightly overacting.
It's no, don't worry. It's fine. You're fine.
Oh, okay.
We might need to get you a cloak or something while we're here, just to cover us up.
Happy for that.
Yeah.
Prif will sort of lean in slightly to you, Vuk, and whisper just for you to hear very carefully. It's their problem, not yours.
Thank you.
Ethos, you were saying something. I interrupted you with the all of this.
I was just saying that I would have seen it. I wouldn't have told Vuk because I didn't want to make Vuk sad, but I guess.
Yeah. Up ahead, as the archway opens out. Not gonna lie, folks, the jellyfish pretty much dominates the view, so there's gonna be a sermon like, that's a massive fucking jellyfish.
Grand.
It sits at the center of this torus, and it is gargantuan. It is so big. Its entire body and corpus probably takes up a good third of the center of this humongous donut-shaped island. The other 2/3 of it are festooned and covered with a sort of very large, wide promenade. It has stairs that go up it at various points to upper levels, where there are upper levels of the promenade. You can see stairs going to a lower level of promenade. The entirety of this promenade space, all of it in front of you, there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of carts selling things, food carts, people bustling between them. There are some that look to be a little more like, this cart's been here for a while and it's not going anywhere, but there aren't very many of those. Quite a few. It looks like all of them need to move at a certain point. There are sort of street vendor style tables. There's it's a splash of colour here, an awning there. It is a riot of sound. It is a riot of smells, all the different food smells. And so, you know, when you smell 7 different delicious things and go, as a mixture, that's kind of diabolical, but I'm sure it would be great.
Exactly, take all the little bits.
Winged people fly amongst all of this mess as the throng of crowds move out from the underpass and start spreading out. The light from the jellyfish appears to pervade most of this space, and there's very few things that block view of it. Therefore, the light from that seems to light up this whole space quite well, but there are more of these glowing tubes and lanterns and that sort of thing. If you look back, you can see that the inside of the torus, the inside of this space, the inner ring, as described earlier, there are buildings built into the side of it. Unlike on the outside, where everything appears sort of stuck on the outside and like sort of hanging off it, if you will, these appear to be more built in, like someone has dug into the space. If anyone's seen Monument at Petra, that sort of thing, it's like buildings have been dug into and out. There are some extensions out of other building pieces, but a lot of this center space is taken up by this gigantic promenade and all these different market spaces inside it.
Cool.
Yeah. This is known as the market. The markets.
Can you see through the jellyfish? Is it translucent?
Yeah, it's got a kind of its tentacles.
That big.
Its tentacles are more translucent. That was more of like there's a shimmer in the air. Oh god, there's hundreds of tiny filaments. This is more like it's amorphous, and it definitely ripples and moves, undulates constantly. But seeing through it is more of a like looking through frosted glass. Like it's not. You don't get a full.
It's not clear, but it's still right. Wow. Okay.
Prif will look at all of you and go, maybe it's best if we find you accommodation first, otherwise this place can be a bit of a minefield.
Yeah.
It
seems smart.
It is. It really, wow.
Right. Prif will guide you if you are okay to be guided. Off the underpass thoroughfare, which is, you can see like there's no carts on this bit, and there aren't all the way through to the jellyfish. Like these are clearly like roads that are very much cordoned off. We'll pass through various spaces, and we'll go up a couple of levels. We'll very much focus on staying near the side of the torus. As you can see, all the buildings in there appear to be more accessible, and we'll guide you towards a building. It doesn't have a sign out the front or anything like that. It looks like it's just it's just got a door with lots and lots of smallish windows around it and that sort of thing. And is anyone looking at anything on the way, looking for anything on the way, looking out for anything on the way? Because there's a lot to take in and see.
Cleo would be keeping her eyes open for some kind of large cloak or coat or cloth to wrap a dead Loxodon in.
Okay. What style, what design, what vibe, what kind of seller? Because
anything.
I am trying to put this in a context that we can all appreciate. Everything is on offer. This place, you feel like if you spent enough time, you could find anything here.
Look, we should probably get you a coat or something. What would you like?
Well, perhaps something not black for a start, but I suppose something grey.
Yellow it is.
Okay. It's something unassuming.
Bright yellow raincoat.
Unassuming.
With matching yellow hat. Cool. Like, what style do you like?
Call me Paddington. No.
We always do.
No, I was thinking just something sort of unassuming that I could move about without attracting attention. But I will go with whatever you wish.
You see a vendor not too far away, like 3 or 4 vendors down from where you are on one of the side bits you can step into to start looking for different things, that appears to be selling various, nondescript is a strong word, but stylish cloaks. It's less about, like, there's plenty of jazzy colours and big designs, but this one appears to be going much more for, like, sleek. It's going for, like, formal wear cloaks and that sort of thing. There's a rather
I'm right there.
There's people walking past. It doesn't get much attention, as you might expect, but the people who are looking there appear to be well dressed themselves, and the person in charge, who has something of a hyena-like ears more than anything else, will, if you walk up to it, will give you all an up down, like, should you be shopping here look.
Just unbroken eye contact, like, hello. Hello. My associate here is looking for something in the way of a cloak.
Well, you've come to the right place. The dazzling shawl is for the very best customers only, of course.
But of course.
I'm not going to... These are expensive. I do hope you have the cash to be able to afford them.
Cleo does not like being spoken to like this and is going to reach into her pocket, pull out her pouch, and just dump an enormous number of gems on the counter in front. Would you like to treat my friend with a little more respect? And then I'd like to just start one by one putting them back in the pouch.
Of course, I am so sorry. My sincerest apologies. You're clearly people of some note that I had not recognised. We have a huge variety. What could I help you with? What is your desire?
Burgundy.
Suddenly realise, which then look up with kind of an oh god.
Again, unblinking, like yeah.
In a lining of royal purple, and I'd like some embroidery down the sides, if you'd be so good. I think Brooke has been waiting for this.
Yeah.
Oh, no, but then there was the offer.
Escalation.
Are we all buying fancy cloaks now?
I could certainly. We could create a custom piece for you, but it would take some time. But it depends really what you are looking for. We can do a wide variety of colours and trimmings and stylings. Whatever you're looking for, good sir, we can absolutely provide.
Just one that you've got here today that we could take away with us. That's maybe like big.
You don't wish for?
I must have made very well.
Book size.
No, made for measure then.
No, please. Size is no problem, of course. We have a variety of different sizes for the larger. If you excuse me, please, I'll go see what I have in Burgundy. You will scuttle off with a kind of fuck.
Really screwed this one up.
Next to you, a couple of people who were also shopping will politely do a little what I would refer to as a tittering laugh.
Fascinating.
Look across at the five of you and kind of yes. The fact that Vuk is in the armor apparently doesn't matter anymore because you're rich.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's the way it works.
That was really fun. That's how my sister used to talk to, well, she probably still does, talk to everyone serving her ever, and I always thought it was horrible, but it turns out it's really useful.
Just gets it done.
I'm not going to keep it. I'll wait for them to be incredibly rude first.
Yeah.
But then, have the nuclear option in the back pocket is always useful.
Having said we want to keep like a low and not get too much attention, just
do not stifle my creativity.
My brother, I'm more talking about the fact that there's a bag of valuables.
Oh,
it's all gone back in.
Yeah, again, so gestures and draws a target with his finger and points.
Well, it's okay, I've got a hammer.
That is true.
Have a hammer.
And faithful friends who will...
After we've done this, can we do some of the food options? The food options look great. I'm really excited. And there are 7 of us. So, like, given that there's 7 main food options, we could, like, have one each and share them.
There are more than 7 food options.
Well, we smelt the... we'll do tapas. That's, yeah.
It's not that I hate the food on the ship, but it's been ship food for a long time. And before that, it was, like, ration food. And I just, like, it would just be really nice to have nice food.
Before that, it was boarding school food. Like, yeah.
Am I right to settle you in first, and then you can go and explore? Like, I agree with getting Vuk a cloak. That seems very wise. But
is any of the food that we could eat and walk? Like,
where
donuts.
I'm settling you in is literally there. It's we turned off. We were about to go in, and then someone said there's a cloak shop, and now we're here. The market does this. You have to be careful. You get sucked in, and then you never leave.
I can smell donuts, and I really want them.
Now we're in a tourist. We need donuts.
The donuts will still be there after I've checked you into. Please, let me check.
We can cope.
At a certain point, we have to pause this recording. Okay. The person in charge will come out and say, I have managed to find you. I have a robe of pure burgundy. It runs through, including in the lining. It is a very high quality. I don't know the provenance, but it is a very nice piece.
That will be fine.
I have so many of us to show you.
Will it?
I think, but specifically having been told, like, we need
We're very busy. I'm sure we will be back shortly to peruse the rest of your wares, but
it would be remiss of me not to mention that with one of you in so stylish a cloak, surely the rest of you would also require one to be seen as being as part of the right established mall.
Well,
indeed.
My cloak.
And a lovely
shoulder cloak.
Lovely cloak it is.
I
But
think it's fascinating I think it's fascinating after having demonstrated your lack of perspicacity once, you now seem to think we are easily fooled and lulled into spending more money than we've clearly expressed we want to.
No,
give me the cloak. Just give me the cloak. Just give me the cloak. That's all we need.
To make up for not one but two insults.
you are correct. I am so sorry. Of course, we have the burgundy cloak, and that is I'd be very happy to impart with it for the low fee of 200 gold.
Yes, of course, that was your original price, and then you insulted my friend, and then you insulted us all again. So where are we now?
The 200 was already a discount for the perceived slight, which I apologise for. I could go another 20 lower to 180 would be... yes.
I think Aslan's just backing away now. Second-hand embarrassment.
It's just unblinkingly saying, Cleo going, where does this come from?
Guys, there could be roles for this. I'm aware of that, but I think this is part of Cleo's upbringing and just gets a blanket pass. 180, I think, would be the fairest offer I could make you at this time.
Can I pull out... I know you're not that fussed about money in games. Can I pull out a gem that is worth exactly 200 and go, keep the change?
You are kind, generous, and I do hope you will visit us again for your shawl and cloak needs. Many thanks. Tell your friends. Dazzling shawl.
Thank you kindly. And
the moment that you all turn to go, and I think Atlas would probably notice this most, they pick up the gem, take out an eyeglass, and start checking it immediately.
I probably won't communicate this to but it's something that I have noted. So if we do come back next time,
oh yeah,
think our money's not good enough, do you?
Incredible.
Wow.
God.
Cleo's got a new arc.
Now that Vuk's got a cloak, can I show you to accommodations?
Yes, please lead on.
Thank you.
Vuk has now got he's going to get a slight sort of operatic vibe now that he's got the cloak.
You promise we can do donuts later.
Yes, of course you can. Of course you can. You're more than welcome to do donuts wherever you want. Just please let me show you to your accommodation.
It's so comfortable.
But we want to do shopping.
Shopping episode.
I don't want to do any more shopping with Cleo.
Yeah, Cleo's on a power trip. But it's the most animated we've seen Cleo in ever, so...
Quite fun.
Give them a market, they said. Watch them never leave, they said. Good. As you step inside this house, you can see that there's a sort of front desk, a bit like a... what's it called?
Hotel?
No, not a hotel at all. Like...
B&B?
No. Like the porter at a block of flats.
Oh, concierge.
Like a concierge, thank you, that's what I'm looking for. Like a concierge desk.
Nice.
There is someone sat on a stool behind the concierge desk. They appear to be just picking at a nail. It looks relatively nice. Like, we're not talking like amazing, but it's not filthy either.
Reasonable.
Mm-hmm. Priv will go up and go, can I have 5 rooms? Do you want individual rooms or?
Please.
5, sure.
I think that would be a bit... I don't want my own room.
I'm going to stay with Atlas.
4.
All right.
4 rooms?
Sounds good to me.
4 rooms, lovely.
You're welcome to join us, Aslam. You look confused.
I was just like, do you want your own room then?
Please.
Okay. Sure.
You can
free rooms then. Side eye at Cleo. Okay, free.
Okay, 3 rooms.
Sidling into that amazingly.
3 rooms. A Priv will come and the person will just... Right. we will take names. Just, you know.
Yeah.
And Briff will nod and say to you, and look at you all, and we'll just very quietly pass across. Doesn't have to be your real
name. My name is
We all have pun names now. That's what happened
now. Sarah.
I'm Bruce.
Barnabas.
Sarah, Bruce, Barnabas.
Sally.
Sally.
Shamal.
Shamal. Right. Welcome to the Moss Resort. You can stay as long as you like. You're now on the register, so if you're here at the end of the month when the stipend comes, you can have that delivered here.
Oh, great.
Yeah. There's a nod between this figure and Priff. You get the sense they might know each other, like this might be like something that they've done before.
Nice.
I'm Niestre. Come and find me if you want something. We don't do like... Just if you need... If you're stuck. I know you're new here, so, you know.
Thank you.
Yeah, fine. Yeah.
So, yeah. Which rooms do we go to?
Here's the keys. And they'll hand out 3 keys. They'll give one to Vuk, one, and then hold the other 2 out, and one to Cleo, and one to...
That doesn't make sense.
That's some ticket.
That's them staying with us.
Yeah.
Oh, fine.
Right.
I guess we didn't ask about how many beds there were, but yes.
Griff looks confused, but just sort of shrugs, and Griff goes, right.
So, Griff, why did we not give our real names?
Oh, it doesn't. If you can, if you want, it really makes no difference. It's just so they know who the money's going to. They keep records.
You said we shouldn't. So we didn't.
If you don't want to, you all look like you didn't want to give your real names. I assumed.
Oh.
Amazing.
Gotta make the paperwork harder.
Yeah.
Oh, so did I, but I love that idea. So all of us just going, oh, what do we do?
No, they have a the Merchant Collective keeps a list of people coming in and staying here and becoming part of Uhlen. It's just what they do. It's just to make sure that they know how much is given away.
Right. Okay.
So they can
So
increase.
the fact that we gave not our names
makes no difference at all.
Okay. It's not going to impact the fact that we have to see the merchants tomorrow.
No, not at all. Okay. Right. Well, you can stay here at the Moss Resort as long as you want to.
Good.
It is a space where.
Staying?
Oh, I have a home here.
Oh.
Do you have a secret spouse as well?
No. Me neither, if you're asking. It's there the entire time.
Oh God! Perhaps we could have bought cloaks.
No, I've got my investments. I'm fine. I'm going to go back to the temple. I stay at the temple.
Very well.
We'll see you in the morning here. And apparently we'll have meetings organised. We can start making plans of what we do. Griff will look at you all and go like, don't get sucked into the market. Like it's lovely. There's so much you can do, and of course, lovely food. And I recommend you have fun. But seriously, some people really struggle to leave.
Very well. Challenge accepted.
Well, see you all in the morning then.
Good night.
Have a good night.
Oh, yeah.
And the 5 of you are left in the lobby with Niestre holding 3 keys.
Donuts, though, right? Like we're gonna go get donuts, like right now.
Yeah.
No,
Fair enough.
We could see the room
Sounds
at least,
good.
and then donuts. We could dump our things.
Let's go look at our room and then.
Because, and leans in, probably work out how many beds there are in a room, because...
Just quickly.
I don't mind sleeping on the floor.
You shouldn't have to sleep on the floor.
Heading into the rooms, there's long corridors with stairs, and you can see like the inside of the inner ring is clearly dotted with these like Warren-style houses that are all based inside this torus. You can see some stairs going down that you think probably might lead back to the underpass if you were looking to go that way and that sort of thing. Like this appears to be lots and lots of walkways inside, but you don't know what about it yet. Your 3 rooms are next to each other. They're not too far away. You can get there pretty quickly. The rooms are all exactly the same. There is a bed that is large enough for 2. There are a bunch of... there's a camping-style bed in each room if you wanted to have an extra cot or something like that you could use. There's a sort of very minimal washroom. It does, which to some of you might be a very strange concept, have an internal toilet.
Oh, yeah. Interesting.
Gauche.
Bourgeois? I mean, really?
Yeah. It also has, there is a plumbed, which some of you have had experience of like dwarven cities or something similar. There are plumbed showers.
Fascinating.
Bit of cupboard
Such
space.
luxury.
Bit of cupboard space. There's also a small, each room has a small sort of kitchenette style thing. I mean, we're not talking like, oh, it's a microwave. Like we're talking like there's a fire pit you can cook over, and there's clearly some spaces. This is meant to be a lived space, not just a room. But yeah, all 3 rooms, there's enough space for 3 if one of you doesn't mind sleeping on a cot. And Vuk and Cleo have a luxury of space.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they're alone.
Excellent.
What was that?
I said, yeah, but they're alone.
Best of both worlds.
Book doesn't even need a bed.
Yes, actually, I think that's what we'll end on. As you all sort of like go, okay, we're about to go out, but before you do, Vuk, do you want to try the bed? Roll me a con save for the bed.
Right. And your bones. Your lovely bones.
No.
A con save?
Yeah, you're rolling for the bed.
Oh, that's a 5.
You all hear as the bed is shattered.
If anyone wants the cot, I probably won't use that either.
Yes, that's what you're doing tonight, is mending.
Okay.
Don't take your new cloak.
Covered in splinters now. But yes.
Donuts.
As you all start preparing to go out to the market for donuts specifically, that's where we'll pick up next time. Welcome to Uhlen.
This is going to be fascinating. I love the idea of this market. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, the fresh ones that you get at theme parks where they've just been fried and they're coated in sugar.
Yeah. I've discovered that Asda does the gluten-free ones in the frozen sections. You can just put them in the air fryer and they taste exactly like that because
amazing.
Otherwise I can't have
it. We're still recording.
Other supermarkets are available.
Yeah, exactly.
If we also made you want donuts,
go to Asda. Yeah, that's the great solution. Good.
If you're gluten-free, I guess.
Yeah. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our delightful foray into capitalism.
I got a cloak out of it. I'm perfectly happy.
Yeah, and we all got very scared of Rebecca, but that's
of Cleo. Now.
Of Cleo, yes, exactly. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. If you enjoyed tonight, we're playing alternate Mondays at the moment with the Other Monday Show, which is currently, I believe, still Mike's Dark Academia Huxley's Book Club, I believe.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's the good laugh. Check it out. We are also, we run shows on Tuesdays, but those are currently reruns of some of our previous shows because we've been doing this for a while and there's lots of shows and lots of catching up people want to do, so we thought we'd put it all in one place. So on Tuesdays, you can now watch, I think we're currently still streaming Sea of Swords Forsaken. That was one of our first big campaigns. You can catch up on that. And on Fridays, we have our talk shows. It's either Talking is a Free Action or Talk Together, depending on the week. And yes, either it'll be Talk Together is just a good old natter about stuff, whereas Talking is a Free Action is a question dungeon where some of our characters are taken through things. You get a chance to meet the characters in more detail. But yes, catch those on Fridays. All of our shows are streamed at twitch.tv/rolltogetherrpg. You can find all of our content archived at youtube.com/rolltogetherrpg. And there are also podcast versions of all of our shows available everywhere. Just search for, you guessed it, Festisio. No, Roll Together. Massive thank you to all of our supporters and sponsors.
Such a good, deep joke, though, if you had got the Twitter handle Festisio, then it's marvellous.
Oh, wow. No. I could, but I don't
Not
think
now.
No.
Not now.
I think it's tawdry now. Yes. Must thank you to everyone who supports us, including the D20 Club on Patreon. You are marvellous. There's a link in chat if you wish to join them. There we go. I've learned it. If you wish to join them and support us, that would be fantastic. You can join us for just £1, so every little helps. And we're on socials as Roll Together RPG, including TikTok, because we're young at heart, if nowhere else.
Tom is young. I'm young at heart.
And we're still fine in China. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. See you all soon. Bye.
Bye.
Wow.